College World Series. They're excited outside Rosenblatt Stadium, but somehow moments ago, starting pitcher J.P. Howell found a way to relax. Good evening, everybody. Mike Patrick along with Harold Reynolds. It's great to have you with us. This will be a best 2 out of 3 championship series, and for most of these kids, it will be the highlight of their athletic careers. Harold, something they'll remember for the rest of their lives. And what we expect out here in this series, good fundamental baseball, defense and pitching may be the ultimate difference.
It will be a big difference in this game, and this really tells 2 different stories. With the Cal State Fullerton Titans, there's 2 major guns that they have going. Jason Windsor, he's logged 153 innings, and tonight Ricky Romero, who you'll see, has thrown 149 innings. They've got 25 of the team's wins. You don't want to get in that bullpen that much, but for Texas, they want to get to the pen. Now we're going to see J.P. Howell. We'll talk about him later, but Brent Cox, Buck Cody, and Houston Street, everybody's All-American pitcher. That bullpen is lights out, Mike. It's going to be very exciting to watch these guys get into the game and see what they can do.
We're really looking forward to it. As always, Dave Ryan working with us. Let's check in with him right now.
All right, Mike and Harold, thanks so much. Only 9 men have played and coached in the College World Series, and one of those is George Horton from Cal State Fullerton, facing your mentor, Augie Garrido, the Texas coach. You were together, player coach and coach at Fullerton. What's it going to be like tonight?
Well, it's quite an honor, obviously, to play against Coach Garrido or anybody else, but it obviously means so much more when Augie's on the other side of the field. And we got our work cut out for us. He's put together a pretty good baseball team as usual, and I hope he looks across the field and he's very proud of the program that he built and proud of George Horton. And hopefully we can compete with them and maybe eke out a couple victories.
Your program works, George, very hard with the mental aspect of the game. Sports psychologist, what's the mental frame of mind of your team right now?
Well, they're overexcited right now, and hopefully we can settle in, slow the game down, and be ourselves. And that's all any coach can hope for as they go out and play baseball like they have all year. What a spectacular event. And hopefully we can slow the game down and do what we have all year and give ourselves a chance to win.
Game plan with Texas is plain and simple. 5 innings, then try to get to the bullpen. How do you defeat that?
Well, their bullpen's something that you don't really look forward to getting to, but we're going to, J.P. Howell's a wiffle ball pitcher. These kids have all played wiffle ball, so hopefully we can play wiffle ball with metal bats and find a way to be successful.
Kyle Peterson, here's the pupil, the teacher, Augie Garrido, with you now.
I am with the teacher right now, Augie Garrido. You've been in plenty of these before. George Horton, former player and coach of yours on the other side. What are your emotions heading into this one?
Well, it is emotional. We're in a situation here where it's kind of like a family that's playing against each other. I have a lot of respect for George. He's a great coach.
You fought through this tournament so far. Now it starts all over again. What'd you tell your ball club before this one?
I told them to stay focused on playing baseball. It's only a game, and don't let the results or the meaning interfere with their ability to perform. Just have fun with it, and just be concerned with a best effort, and let destiny take its course.
Okay, Garrido, thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Mike.
Kyle, thanks very much. And the starter for the Texas Longhorns will be P.J. Howell. Harold, he's already won a game here at the College World Series.
Yeah, JP's got great stuff, man. He's got a serious fastball. For a left-hander, he'll be low 90s, but the breaking ball is going to be his out pitch, and you see the numbers he's been able to put up. Big 12 pitcher of the year, high draft pick. This guy's got the whole package, and he's a workaholic, so he's going to be around the plate, and you can't outwork him. He's going to be in there a while.
He went 6 2/3 in their opening game in the College World Series. Gave up 2 hits, 1 run, struck out 8 and walked 6. And exactly what you want on the mound right now is to have that experience, not only for the season, but for out here in Omaha. Let's take a look at the starting lineup for Cal State Fullerton, and Justin Turner is going to be the leadoff hitter for them. He's the second baseman, hitting .302. Really, they've only had 3 guys hitting out here all year, or the entire series. Hardman will hit second. Kurt Suzuki has really struggled, the All-American catcher. Garcia has been the hot bat in the lineup, .467. He's 7 of 15, has driven in 4 runs, and has 2 doubles.
The one thing that Fullerton does do to make up for their lack of hitting, though, has been bunting and hit and run, moving the runners over. And, you touched on it earlier, Mike, and we expect to see a lot of that in this particular game.
And both coaches know the value of getting out to an early lead, even if it's only 1 run. Garcia, Pilateri, and Andrews hitting a collective .410 in the College World Series. The rest of the team hitting .159, and this is Justin Turner, former Titan bat boy. having a chance to start here in the College World Series, hitting .302, 200 here in Omaha, and takes a pitch down and away from Howell.
Not a bad recruiting program when you can bring a bat boy all the way.
That's right.
8 years old, fall in the program, and comes up to be a nice little leadoff hitter for you.
He and Hardiman have struggled at the top of the order. That's ball 2 from Howell. Howell did walk 6 in 6 2/3 innings in his opening game. Fastball in there for a called strike. Home plate umpire Gus Rodriguez makes the call. Umpiring has been very good as usual out here at the College World Series. This one is smoked back up the middle for a base hit.
Well, Mike, right before that pitch, I was going to say, he doesn't look like he has his sharp fastball that we saw his first outing. Now, I know this is only 4 pitches into the game. It's a nice swing by Turner, hardly a little stride, just takes it right back up the middle. Now, J.P. Howell has a great pickoff move. So that is a great weapon, when, especially with a club that likes to bunt and run and move runners.
Getting hits off of Howell is not easy, only giving up 84 and 130 in the 3rd innings. Hardman already squared around to sacrifice. He only has 2 hits and 16 trips here at Rosenblatt.
A lot of times you'll see that left-hander throw to first base and see if the bunter's going to bunt, but like you said, he was already squared around early.
And squares again, bringing in the 3rd baseman David Merrill, and Merrill right on top of him. But instead, it's the catcher making the play. Teagarden throws down to first, and it's safe. Drop the ball. Just an easy, normal sacrifice. And for one of the few times out here in Omaha, Texas did not execute.
Well, you don't see it very often. Here's the throw. It looks like it's a pretty good throw. And Curtis Thigpen, a lot of times the ball will hit you on the heel of the glove when the throw is down in the dirt. He tried to stay with it. He just couldn't handle it. And it spun out of the web of the glove. I guess it was a little lower throw than I thought before until I saw the replay. That's a ball he will handle pretty much most of the time, and he'd be the first one to tell you that.
It's a sacrifice for Hardman and an error on Thigpen down at first. And now Suzuki, who they've been able to pitch around most of the College World Series. You can't pitch around him now. 1st and 2nd with nobody out, and he takes a curveball inside and low.
Now, a lot of times you might see the bunt in this situation. Cal State Fullerton will bunt their 4-hitter, but look at the numbers of Suzuki. I mean, you got to trust the track record. Of course, he scuffled a little bit, but this guy can flat out hit, and they're going to let him go. 86 ribbies, like 86.
And 16 home runs, Harold. No one else has more than 6 on this roster. Breaking pitch in for a called strike, 1-1. So Suzuki is their power. And for the season, look at that. 5 for 12 with runners in scoring position, or 5-12 runners in scoring position.
Yeah, and it's tough to take the bat. You got a bonus when they drop the ball. You were advancing the runner to let this guy swing the bat anyway.
Play him straight away and deep. And Suzuki squares to bunt and takes it for ball 2.
You see the catcher just stand in the batter's box and make the other catcher have to go around him. He knows the rules. Knock me down if you want to pick up this ball.
Suzuki, a Johnny Bench Award candidate as the best catcher in the country. That will be announced the middle of this week in Wichita. 2-1 to Kurt Suzuki. There's his father Warren looking on. Suzuki was originally a walk-on and came from the island of Maui in Hawaii. Goes after one, ripped towards short.
Straight in now.
Could be 2. And the throw gets away. A run is going to score. Seth Johnston making the relay to first and threw it in the dirt. Thigpen couldn't come up with it. And Justin Turner comes around to score the first run of the game.
Well, I think we're seeing a little bit of nerves out of the University of Texas right now because they are one of the top defensive programs in the country. He hits the ball sharp. This is really going to be a tailor-made double play. Nice feed by Holman. And Johnson just wasn't able to continue and the ball ends up short hopping thick pin there, but he wasn't able to complete the turn. Had plenty of time. Now remember, in college baseball, they're not going to slide in and take you out. So as a pivot man, you don't have to worry about that, but the ball's thrown away and the run is scored.
Couple of missed plays early for the Longhorns. Their fielding percentage in the top 10 this year in the NCAA. 2 this inning of their 5 College World Series errors. That one was an error on the throw by the second baseman that Thigpen could not come up with. And a little meeting at the mound to talk it over as they have 1 out and a runner at second for Piloteri. He's hitting .400 in Omaha. On the way to third and safe. And Suzuki just stole it on the pitcher.
Wow. I was going to say, that's another one of his weapons, Mike. How often do you see a catcher stealing third? Gets a great jump. He saw the sign. He knew it was going to be a changeup. And he took off immediately without hesitation. He's safe, no doubt about it.
His 9th stolen base of the year. Piloteri tried to check his swing and couldn't. So a runner at third with 1 out, 1 already home for the Titans of Cal State Fullerton. Piloteri, a 13th round draft pick of the Yankees, as you see. In the dirt. Doesn't get far enough away from Teagarden to allow Suzuki to advance.
And with Suzuki stealing third in that situation with 1 out, now it forces the infield to be drawn in. And now Piloteri's got a nice little advantage at the plate. See, the infielders are drawn in, trying to cut off that run.
Chopped outside third. 2-2 to Piloteri, who's looking for an RBI in this situation.
What did play you in?
And right now, that's what they're trying to do, hunt and attack. Already gotten 1. Looking for that second run of the opening inning. Full count to Piloteri with Danny Dorn, left-hander, on deck.
You can be real careful here with the left-hander and maybe set up a double play situation.
In the dirt again, blocked by Teagarden. Runners at first and third with 1 out. Let's go to Dave Ryan. David.
Well, Mike, I spoke with Texas starter J.P. Howell before the game tonight. He was very concerned about Fullerton's ability to manufacture runs. We saw the single by Justin Turner, the sac bunt by Clark Hardman, scoring on the Seth Johnson error on the throwing error, and now runners at the corners with less than 2 outs. He wasn't worried so much about the long ball, the power hitting of Fullerton. It was their ability to go station to station, play small ball, and get an early lead. That's exactly what's happened tonight.
All right, David, and keep an eye on Dorn. It's not past George Horton to play small ball here in a potential squeeze.
Dorn's been swinging the bat pretty good, facing a lot of left-handers. We've seen more left-handed pitching this College World Series than I can remember.
And not just lefties, good ones.
Yeah, they are good ones. Abundance.
1-1 to Dorn. Those are his season numbers here in Omaha. Only 200, 3 for 15. He has driven in 1. And Howell really having a tough time finding the strike zone. Suzuki down at third after stealing that base. Piloteri over at first on a walk.
Yeah, it doesn't look like JP's got that good hard fastball, and when you don't have your good stuff, all of a sudden you start to nibble.
In the dirt, 3-1. Felipe Garcia, the designated hitter and the hottest bat in this lineup, is on deck. Garcia is mashing here in Omaha.
I doubt if he runs this count.
Strike called, 3-2. Let's go to Kyle Peterson. Kyle.
Yeah, guys, this time of the year there's a book out on everybody, and the book on J.P. Howell is very simple. Lay off anything down in the zone. If a curveball starts in the zone, it's going to end up out of the zone. Problem is sometimes it's a little bit easier said than done.
All right, Kyle, thanks. And there's the curveball. Did he hold up? He did not. Call made by Scott Graham down at first.
Well, it's a breaking ball. And if the runner going to second advanced on this play, now Augie Garrido is going to come out and argue this. First base is occupied, but if he's stealing on the place, I think he advances on his own here. I don't know what the argument, the question might be. So now they've got runners at second and third because Pellettieri moved up on the pitch.
And it's a shame for Danny Dorn that he wasn't listening to Kyle Peterson's report. Play off that low curveball.
Absolutely.
Close. The rule says you have to go past parallel, past home plate, and he looked like he was right on the line.
Yeah, that's a tough call, no matter where you're sitting in the stadium, for any umpire to make. But I like the fact that base umpire made it and not the home plate ump.
Much easier for him. Garcia stands in, takes a called strike at the knees on the outside corner. Garcia from Diamond Bar, California, another draft choice. Both of these teams loaded with them. He's driven in 4 in the College World Series, and that one's in the dirt. Another good block by Teagarden, who has been very busy in the first inning.
Well, Kyle was talking about making sure you get that ball up, and as a hitter you sit there and tell yourself, okay, make him bring the ball up, and anything down. You can't just say a breaking ball down, I'll lay off. You got to say any ball down, I'm going to lay off, and force him to throw the ball up.
2-1 to Garcia. Runners at second and third, 1 out. Some shaky defense by Texas has led to a Fullerton run in the top of the first. It's the first time we've been able to say shaky defense about either one of these clubs.
They've played great the whole week. 2 weeks.
Fullerton's defense has only 2 errors in 4 ball games. 2 errors in the entire postseason, 87 innings. Big swing and a miss, 2-2.
It's a good looking pitch. Watch it cut back in on his hands, and he's trying to extend that. Tried to go down and get it. Just wasn't able to catch up to it.
J.P. Howell's already worked hard in this inning. 25 pitches. Deuces are wild.
Don't go. Let's
2
go.
on, 2 out, 2 and 2 on the hitter. Felipe Garcia, the DH.
Oi.
Full count. Third straight batter. He's gone to 3 and 2 on. This one's shot into right field for a base hit. Suzuki will score. Pellettieri around third on the way to the plate. It's cut off 3-0.
Garcia showed great patience and took the ball the opposite way. We saw the wild swing on the ball down and in. And look at the difference. He waits, gets a ball the other way, and drives it to right field to pick up 2 runs. That only happens if you're staying patient and you're seeing the ball. Nice piece of hitting.
A 2 RBI single for Felipe Garcia, who is now hitting .500 in the College World Series, 8 for 16. And here's Bobby Andrews. All 3 runs in the inning unearned.
I was going to say the errors have hurt him.
And now, Harold, approaching 30 pitches in the first inning, your mind immediately goes to the bullpen. But this is not how they wanted to get to the bullpen.
Absolutely not. I mean, it's a luxury to have the bullpen and the 3 young men we talked about, but you don't want to get there this early.
3 runs home on 2 hits and a pair of costly errors. And Andrews at the plate, who made a brilliant defensive play the other night to throw a man out.
I tell you, if not for the umpire helping him move this inning along, JP's been all over the place.
He sure has.
I mean, we gotta thank the man behind the plate for helping him out a little bit too. He has not been very consistent. Talking about JP.
Andrews, a 35th round draft choice of the Red Sox. He's had a great NCAA tournament, hitting .448. Has 3 hits out here in Omaha. And there's the 3 guys who have carried Cal State Fullerton. The rest of the team, 169, while that group's hitting .415. Tried to check his swing, couldn't stop it.
You know, we're seeing a little cat and mouse game between the hitter and the pitcher. JP Howell likes to get the ball and go, and Cal State Fullerton's done a nice job breaking up his rhythm, frustrating him, stepping in and out of the batter's box, and you see him pointing at the umpire's pointing at him, and he's pointing at the batter going, well, he's not in the box, let's go.
30th pitch of the inning is called, strike 3. Howell finally gets out of it, but surrenders 3 unearned runs. We'll go to the bottom of the first. Texas coming to bat, down 3. We're at the College World Series in Omaha.
Entering the 2004 College World Series, the Stanford University baseball team was among the finest in the nation. Off the field, they're outstanding as well. By working closely with the Special Olympics, they're helping the mentally challenged maximize their potential and spread the Special Olympic athlete oath. Let me win, but if I cannot win, let me be brave in the attempt. At Microsoft, we see your potential. We're inspired to create software that helps you reach it.
We see Sophie designing, dreaming, making her name, turning a crazy idea into the latest craze. We see her potential. We're inspired to create software that helps her reach it.
Cal State Fullerton puts up 3 unearned runs in the top of the inning and leads Texas 3-0. So Ricky Romero will take the hill, stake to a 3-0 lead. And here's the lineup he'll face, led by Curtis Thigpen. They simply can't get him out. He's hitting .750 in the College World Series. 9 out of 12, a couple of RBIs, a triple, and a double. And for his career, he's hitting .571 out here. And here's the guy he'll face, Ricky Romero, who is also, like Howell, 1-0 in the College World Series.
And Ricky Romero's a guy who's got great stuff. He's got a slider, nice overpowering fastball, and he'll pitch deep in games for you. And he's got a heart of a lion, man. This young man is a competitor.
13 victories is number 6 on the all-time list in a single season for Cal State Fullerton, and the most since Kirk Saarloos won 15 3 years ago. He beat Miami 6-3 in his opening game appearance, struck out 7. And complete games is the name of the game for Cal State Fullerton. That was his 5th of the season. Between innings, Augie Garrido coming out and talking to Gus Rodriguez, the home plate umpire.
We'll have to get Dave Ryan to find out what Augie's been questioning here a couple times. So I think the runner advances on his own on that play if that's what he's still discussing, but we'll see. I know Dave will be on that.
May also be asking about the batter stepping out constantly.
That could be too. That's a great call, Mike.
Well, we're expecting another record crowd here tonight at Rosenblatt. We've had them all week long. He's already had a good time. People have just been so supportive. I ran into a whole bunch of Texas people who had just gotten here from the airport today and were on their way over to see Rosenblatt for the first time and follow their Longhorns.
Talking to Augie, they got 450,000 graduates somewhere around the country, probably all here in Omaha.
Drew Stubbs will lead it off and swings over the top of a fastball. Stubbs hitting .310 on the year and has a 12-game hit streak going. Big 12 freshman of the year, and Augie Garrido said the most gifted athlete he has ever been associated with. High praise considering his programs at Cal State Fullerton and Texas, and 4 national championships. Good breaking pitch from Ricky Romero. 0-2.
I never realized how big Stubbs was until today. I got a chance to get down there and talk with him a little bit. He's a big kid.
And he has power for a leadoff hitter. 8 home runs and 47 driven in. 0-2, struck him out on 3 pitches.
And I said he's got a slider. He's actually got a curveball. You see the break on this, and it bites. And when he's on, that's going to be his out pitch. It's a good look at that breaking pitch right there. See how it starts at the middle of the plate and bites right down at his feet. I mean, he had no chance. He just overswung with that ball big time. Nasty hook.
And if you think Ricky Romero is afraid to pitch in a big ball game, he grew up in East Los Angeles, where gangs and drugs were commonplace. With the help of his parents, he managed to avoid all that, and now completing a successful college career in his 2nd year. Our hats off to the entire family. So a little baseball game's not going to worry him.
Not at all.
And the Fullerton pitching staff throughout the College World Series now averaging better than a strikeout an inning. So they have been hot, and that is 90% of that is starters. Seth Johnston, 22 multi-hit games this year, and a .301 season's average. 7 hits here in Omaha in 14 trips. This one popped straight back over the net. 2 balls and a strike to Seth Johnston. They learn hook 'em early, don't they?
They sure do.
This one's hit in the air to right. Andrews, a little late break, then comes on to get it. 2 out.
Up to bat now, our first baseman. He had a tough first inning.
Curtis Thigpen catching first base.
Well, here's the first inning on bunt play. It's a ball a little down low, and just couldn't handle it. It's a ball he handles normally. Remember, Curtis is a catcher by trade, and here's a double play ball. One bad throw is going to lead to another one. He tried to catch that ball instead of blocking it. Got caught in between the two, and one snuck by. So he had a couple tough plays to handle and just wasn't able to handle them.
Those 2 errors have been the difference in the game, and Thigpen, who has been a virtual monster early in the College World Series, finally makes it out. The fly ball to Andrews. 3 up, 3 down for Romero.
The Tuesday night poker game is back, and this time it's for $5 million.
Passing out $100 bills, and in this town ain't never gonna be the same.
An incredible knockout blow. The highest stakes, the world's best players, and the unrivaled coverage of ESPN. The 2004 World Series of Poker. All new episodes begin Tuesday, July 6th at 9.
I'm Dr. Greg Cinnamone, and those of us who have struggled with weight know we're great at keeping secrets. For instance, you'll never tell your spouse how those little digs or jokes about your weight or what you eat hurt you. And you'll never tell anybody about the dread you feel when you're invited to a pool party or a picnic and you know how you look in summer clothes. And nobody has to know how right now you desperately want to distract others from hearing this message or turn the dial so you don't have to confront what you're feeling at this moment. That's because as painful as it is to be fat, it's easier than getting your hopes up that finally someone got it right. Somebody might have come up with a solution, a weight loss supplement that works at the hormone level, along with sensible diet and exercise, so that you drop the weight you've been trying to lose for years. Cortislim got it right. I've used it, so hear me carefully when I say, if you have just one more diet left in you, make it Cortislim.
Call 1-800-450-0197. Call now.
We go to the top of the second with Cal State Fullerton leading Texas 3-0 here in game 1 of the CWS Best 2 out of 3 Championship Series. Kyle Peterson can tell us what was going on with the home plate umpire and Augie Garrido.
Yeah, guys, Augie Garrido went out and talked with Gus Rodriguez. They're upset that the Cal State Fullerton batters are stepping out of the box when there's no foul ball. Now, the rule says if there's a foul ball and you're hitting, you can step out of the box. If not, you have to stay in the box. At least keep 1 foot in. So we talked about that cat and mouse game a little bit earlier. It looks like it started real early in this one.
Anything they can do to get Howell out of rhythm. They certainly got his fielders out of rhythm in the first inning.
Sure did.
An error on Thigpen, an error on Johnston. Walton will lead it off here in the second. He struggled in Omaha. 1 out of 12 at the plate, 248 on the year. Played some very good shortstop for them, though. Chopped. And the shortstop throws him out. Holloman has been solid as well at shortstop.
I remember watching him as a freshman playing shortstop here. He has grown and got so much stronger. And I was talking with him about his switch hitting and how much that he's run for 2 years now. Watch how quick Howell gets the ball back. He's ready to go. He gets it back, gets right on the mound. He's ready to go. And that's why Cal State Fullerton has been stepping in and out.
And there's Prettyman. He is doing everything he can to delay a little bit. Prettyman, 324 on the year, the number 9 man in the lineup. Has one of his 3 home runs here in the College World Series. And 4 driven in from the number 9 spot. So Prettyman has had a good series with the bat. Fastball skied to deep left. Kiner can't get it up against the wall. And Prettyman on his way to second base with a stand-up double.
Well, you could hear him grunt on that swing. He got a pitch he wanted. You know, again, it comes back to J.P. Howell doesn't have that great fastball. And this is a ball right on the outside half. Nice piece of hitting. Drives it the other way, and that's not going to catch up to it. The big thing I see on that play, Mike, is the wind. We have not seen the wind like we've seen in years past. And earlier this week, it was knocking everything down.
And really not much effect at all tonight. Most of the night before the game started. Flags have just been hanging limp in center field. Maybe a 2-3 mile-an-hour breeze. Now Justin Turner takes one down low. Runner at second and 1 out. Turner singled his first time up. And there is J. Brent Cox up in the second inning. A little earlier than we normally see him. He's been very active out here in Omaha, usually the 5th or 6th inning. Ball 2 from Howell.
That tells you how important game 1 is.
Sure. Don't you think it's more important for Cal State Fullerton? Obviously, Texas is the favorite coming in here.
Well, absolutely. And plus, we got Windsor going tomorrow. And for Cal State Fullerton, it's either...
Runner goes, the throw to third, and he is out. Prettyman, who is their best base stealer, tried to swipe third and gunned down by Teagarden.
Well, he got a great jump. He just didn't follow through with the speed after the jump, but got a tremendous jump. I think Cal State Fullerton's got 2 things going. They're getting a great jump on J.P. Howell, and they're running on breaking pitches. That was a ball that he probably should have been able to steal third on.
Leaves the bases empty with 2 outs for Turner and a 3-1 count. So Fullerton trying to force the action. That time it didn't work. And Turner will draw a walk with 2 out in the second.
They send a lot of messages early, though, and especially for game 1 this early in a series, that we're going to run, we're going to bunt, we're going to make you handle the ball clean, and they're going to put pressure on you.
Yeah, baby.
Well, they've certainly got the right sign up tonight with Hunt and Attack. Hardman takes a called strike. He sacrificed and was safe on the error in the first inning. That set up a 3-run rally. Throw over to first. Turner has stolen 7 bases this year.
thinking about the report that Kyle gave us. Obviously, Augie has some kind of influence on the umpires. We have not seen Cal State Fullerton back out of the box one time.
Howell has not shown you his good move yet to first. Well, who else would have influence over Augie? Pitch out, nothing happening.
Tell you, they got that speed game in their mind.
Yes, they do. Hit on the ground toward the second baseman. Seth Johnston comes up and throws him out. The inning is over. We'll go to the bottom of the second. Cal State Fullerton leading J.P. Howell in Texas 3-0.
My name is Kenny, and I want to work for a sports agent. I've always just been around athletes. I realized that if I was going to be happy in life, I was going to be working in sports. I'm looking to learn from another agent. You know, it can be a match made in heaven, and I think that it will be.
Monster. Today's the day.
Today, you're a super painter with the amazing Wagner Wide Shot Power Painter. Fast and neat. It lets you paint up to 12 inches wide in one pass. The Power Painter. One of the ways Wagner gives you more power, because there's always something that needs painting. Wagner. Paint fast. Paint smart.
I really wanted to switch to singular rollover so I could keep my minutes and not get slammed with overages. But I didn't want to lose my number. It's famous. Finally, I can keep my minutes and my number.
There's no better value in wireless than rollover, and there's only one company who has it to bring your number to singular.
I call it my plan.
The only company with rollover. Another reason singular fits you best.
My cousin told me about a Class 5 this way.
We're gonna take a Class 5 Rapids. Bring it on! All right, let's do it.
If we take a Class 3 and Class 2, that's like taking a Class 5, right?
I'm pretty sure you're right.
Yeah.
It'll get you there. The rest is up to you. The largest, most powerful forerunner yet.
Thanks to two Texas errors in the first inning, Cal State Fullerton championship series underway has an early 3-0 lead on the top-seeded Longhorns. This house with optimistic banners hung out front right across the street from Rosenblatt Stadium, rented for the series by the Cal State Fullerton Alumni Association. Today the team greeted with a round of applause as they passed right by. Folks in there watching games with big screen TV, barbecue, face painting, a big party for Titan fans before the 6 o'clock game, guys. Fans arriving there at 11 o'clock, and the Omaha Optimist Club has helped them out with arrangements. One big highlight, the arrival of that team bus we just saw going by. Second year now, the Titan administration rented a house near the stadium to help root on those Titans.
All right, David, and they also got a telegram from California Governor Arnold Schwarzenegger before this game, wishing them good luck out here in the College World Series and carrying the banner of California.
It still just doesn't sound right, does it?
Doesn't seem to go together.
Governor Schwarzenegger.
Here it is, wishing
go with the Titans.
That wasn't bad.
I tell you.
Bottom of the second, this ball hit deep right. Teagarden back on the track, and Andrews hauls it in for the first out.
You know, one thing we're seeing, Mike, is the Texas hitters have been very aggressive. Drew Stubbs swung at the first pitch. He ended up going out on the third pitch. First pitch to Teagarden right here. Thigpen ended the last inning with the first pitch swinging. Romero, you don't want to allow this guy to get a low pitch count. That's the deeper he's going to go into the game. The Achilles heel for this club is the bullpen.
He's gotten 4 outs with 9 pitches so far in this game, Harold. J.D. Reininger inserted in the lineup against the left-hander as the designated hitter, and he knocks this one down the right field line, barely twisted foul. Reininger only 1 at bat in the College World Series, 0 for 1, 268 on the year. Good contact hitter from Spring Branch, Texas.
Well, he had a big series a couple years ago.
And Andrews out in right field has recorded the last 3 outs, so they're not getting around on Romero. This one's hit through the hole, Sander, the diving third baseman, Ronnie Prettyman. First base hit for the Longhorns.
Well, they're not getting around to the fastball, and then right there he throws a breaking ball. A lot of times pitchers will speed the hitter's bats up. And I guess he wasn't seeing the same thing we were seeing. He ends up hanging him a pitch over the middle of the plate, and he drives it in between the gap, between third and short.
Reininger on at first. One out in the Texas second for David Merroll, the junior third baseman. Fastball for a called strike. Merroll has struggled with his average most of the year, hitting only .229, 3 hits out here in Omaha. And the way he's done it is not getting behind in the count quickly as he had done earlier in the season. He's down 0-1 now. Skied to right field. Down the right field foul line and caught by the first baseman Piloteri. Nice play by Piloteri. Let's go to David Ryan. Dave.
All right, with the pitcher's mom and dad here, Ricky Romero, Ricardo, and Sandra are here all the way from East Los Angeles. You made that long trip, 23 hours, Ricardo. Was it worth it now? You've had a chance to see your son pitch twice at the World Series?
Anytime is worth it. Every time he does, we're proud of him. And I want to say hi to everybody in LA, in East LA, and all my friends, my family, and the people from my work. Thank you.
Sandra, there are so many difficult routes that a young man can take in your section of Los Angeles. How did you and your husband keep Ricky disciplined and away from any of that trouble?
Well, my husband, you know, he started playing since he was little, and we just kept him busy doing, school and always showing respect for people. And oh my God, I'm so nervous.
You got real reason to be proud, folks. Thanks so much. Enjoy the rest of it.
Thank you.
I can only imagine, Dave, how nervous they are with their son out in the field pitching in the College World Series against favored Texas.
Well, especially, plus also Spanish is a first language, and probably wanted to share a little bit more in Spanish. It might be a little more comfortable.
Absolutely. That's a great point. Missed outside with a fastball. Runner on at first with the first hit of the game for Texas is Reininger. And this is Carson Kiner, a .325 hitter on the year, who only has one base hit here in Omaha, 1 for 10. I can only imagine if we were forced to speak in Spanish. I had 4 years of it in school, and I only know 6 words.
We'd be in trouble. Sounds like I'm speaking Spanish anyway most of the time.
1-0 to Kiner. Missed in the same spot. 2-0.
I thought it was interesting too. His dad thanked his work for allowing him to come out. You know, we forget a lot of times that his parents are taking time off work to come out and support their kids.
Sure.
It's very fortunate. We thank his job for allowing him to come out and watch Ricky pitch also.
2-0 to Kiner. Good fastball, 2-1.
Well, good location there. You know, 2-0, the hitter's going to try to get a ball inside that he can drive, and he just painted that on the outside half.
As we said, Kiner only has 1 hit out here in the College World Series, but it was a game-winning double to beat Georgia 7-6.
Hey, no pitch!
No pitch, time is out.
No pitch is the call. They had given time to Kiner. And Augie Garrido, who has always emphasized how important it is to get ahead early, finds himself in a hole again against his former assistant head coach with Cal State Fullerton, George Horton.
No.
Missed outside 3-1.
He's got a lot of life on that fastball, though. Good start in the middle and tailing away from the righties. He's been able to pitch in and also go away. Very effective pitch.
The 3-1 from Romero. Called strike 2. Now Reininger will get a start at first base on the full count.
There's that pitch. Watch the fastball. It's going to start right on the outside half, but it's going to break away from the hitter. Very tough to pick up and very tough to stay with. That is painted right there.
(3-2) Carson Kiner. Ripped past the diving shortstop into left. This will get the runner to third, and 2 hits in the inning.
Nice piece of hitting by Kiner. That ball stayed back over the plate a little bit more, and he stayed with this nice. Had him measured beautifully. You take what they give you. He didn't try to do too much with that pitch and took it right back up the middle, and as a result, we got a 1st and 3rd situation.
2 outs for the number 8 man in the order, Ryan Russ. Line drive hitter whose father and brother played baseball at Texas A&M. His uncle played at Rice. They have pretty much blanketed the state of Texas with that family.
That's some kind of New Year's Eve talking about bowl games, I'm sure.
Yes, sir. And last year's College World Series with Rice.
Yes.
Russ 2 for 9 in the College World Series here in Omaha. 293 on the season. Chance for Texas here to cut into a 3-0 second inning lead. And now they want to come out and talk to the left-hander Ricky Romero. This is pitching coach Tom Holliday, the former Oklahoma State head coach. I'm sorry, it's Dave Serrano.
Well, the one thing about the college game, you see the coaches huddle at the mound. Also, Augie Greedle calls his base runners over, and the hitter. You're going to talk. So you got huddles everywhere. You don't see this at the professional level. But again, you're learning lessons, and it's not just strategy all the time as much as all the different things that are going on. You're teaching still.
And Gus Rodriguez is going to go out and break this up. Sunday night, you'll see crosstown rivals meet in an interleague clash as the Yankees host the New York Mets. Sunday Night Baseball on ESPN. Coverage begins with the day's Major League highlights on Baseball Tonight, driven by GMC at 7 Eastern. Mets Yankees also available in Spanish on ESPN Deportes and in high definition on ESPN HD. 1-0 to Ryan Russ. 1st and 3rd with 2 out.
It's a strange time to have a conversation on the mound because it looked like he was in a pretty good groove. You know? Yeah, he gave up a base hit, but he's throwing strikes around the plate.
That's a barbecue area, as I understand, out behind center field, and the smoke is blowing this way, making our picture just a little bit hazy. Good fastball for a called strike. 2-1 to Russ. If the smoke is going to come this way, they might as well bring some of the barbecue this way.
May as well. That's the beauty of being here. We can request that, and it'll be here pretty soon. So somebody bring some barbecue up. Let's go.
2-1 to Russ. 1st and 3rd occupied. 2 out. Fastball just missed low.
I thought this ball is down a little bit. Let's take a look at it and see. And a lot of it has to do with how the catcher presents the ball. You cut the ball like that, it's going to be called down.
3-1 now to Russ. Lines it to center field, a base hit, and Texas gets on the board. Ryan Russ with an RBI single, sending Reininger in to score. 3-1.
He gets a fastball, gets on top of this. It was a high fastball, just stroked it into center. But Mike, I think what we're seeing from both our pitchers this time of the year, they're a little bit fatigued. You know, Romero doesn't have the great crisp up. J.P. Howell obviously does not. When you go this deep into the season, you can't expect to see the same stuff you saw early in the year.
Michael Holloman, the number 9 man, the shortstop, stands in. Runners at first and second. Called strike. Holloman has some power at the bottom of the lineup. 5 home runs this year. And if you're worried about Texas falling behind, if you're a Longhorn fan, nearly half of their games have been come from behind victories this year. 27 to 58. Dirt, good block by Suzuki. Throw down to first, not in time.
That's a weapon he's got right there, and that's why he's one of the top catchers in college baseball. He'll block, but we saw him steal third base already. Great footwork, and look at the vision. He goes straight to first base, and I tell you, if he throws this on the bag, I think he's got it.
Tremendous fundamentals by the bench award candidate. A ball and a strike to Holloman. Pop foul.
Getting good swings, Mike.
Yes, they are. Keep in mind, earlier in this series, they fell behind Georgia 5-0, came back to beat the Bulldogs 7-6. That was a game where they had 4 home runs to ignite that comeback for Augie Garrido. In the dirt again, blocked by Suzuki, and it's 3-2. 2-2. Check it.
Well, we'll have to get Kyle Peterson to tell us about the difficulty of coming back to pitch games this late in the season when you're going into territory of innings pitched you've never been in before, because that's what I see from both of these pitchers. We'll get into that next inning when we come back.
Romero over 150 innings for the year. Took something off and struck him out. Romero gets out of the jam after allowing 1, and it's 3-1 Cal State Fullerton.
You can kick off that summer project now and put off paying for it at the Home Depot. The one place with all the tools, supplies, and know-how for any project this summer. Now through July 5th, get no payments, no interest for 12 months on purchases of $2.99 or more store-wide with your Home Depot or Expo Consumer Credit Card. Also right now, get free delivery on appliances. Make the most of your summer and your summer projects. You can, only at the Home Depot. You can do it, we can help.
I wanted to make sure that my family would be provided for if myself or my husband needed long-term care.
Long-term care insurance from Prudential helps protect your assets and your family.
50 is the perfect time to start thinking about long-term care.
The longer you wait, the more long-term care insurance can cost.
Long-term care insurance is as much for our children as it is for us. Peace of mind is knowing that I am prepared for whatever might come my way.
Prudential Financial, growing and protecting your wealth.
You've got to step up. Close out all of the pressure. Trust everything you've been taught. And just believe you can do it. You know, my first day on the job sure felt familiar.
There are over 360,000 NCAA student athletes, and just about all of us will be going pro in something other than sports.
Cal State Fullerton with a 3-1 lead in the third. J.P. Howell struggled that first inning before the game. We had him wired.
Give me some luck, man. It's me, man. You got a big old head. You got a big old head. Go get some dinner. You want to go?
Yeah, we may go with y'all.
All right.
Go get my mom, hang out with me.
All right. You're the win, man. Well, we got to win twice, though. You know that, right?
Yeah.
They made it harder this year.
Here with Coach Augie Garrido coaching that first inning. J.P. Howell's been so solid for you. What did you see out of J.P. in your defense there that surprised you?
Well, I think that they got off to the start that they wanted to get off. He didn't look as loose or as aggressive as he was, and they capitalized on their opportunities. That's exactly what they wanted to do. And then I just think that we made the play that Holland made was a good defensive play. Gave Seth a tough feed, and it was a tough throw to first. So you know, those things happen.
You brought your club together right after that in the dugout. What'd you tell them in a situation like that?
Keep battling for the momentum, that this is exactly what they wanted to have happen, and now it's up to us to turn this back around and keep going.
Coach Garrido, thank you.
Thank you.
Guys.
All right, thanks, Kyle. And you saw Howell in the dugout before. A young man with a great demeanor, very easy going. Also extremely superstitious, likes everything in threes.
And you looked at the numbers there against Cal State Fullerton. You know, when J.P. Howell left Southern California as a freshman, he had a verbal commitment to go to Cal State Fullerton. And then he went and visited Texas, and he said, my heart's in Texas.
And now his arm is there. And 15-2, his record on the season. One of those victories in the College World Series. He faces Kurt Suzuki to start the third. Suzuki scored after reaching on a fielder's choice his first time up. And this is a shot from our monster.com cam with all the people still wending their way into Rosenblatt Stadium. This place will be jammed to the rafters shortly. It's already close to that. Suzuki goes after a high fastball, lines it right at Stubbs in center field, 1 out.
I think that's the first ball I've seen him hit to the left of second base.
Suzuki has not gotten a lot of good pitches to look at out here in Omaha. The opposing pitchers read the stat sheets as well.
Sure do.
Piliteri will stand in with 1 out, nobody on, and the Titan third. He walked and scored back in the first, part of a 3-run outburst for Cal State Fullerton.
Watching Piliteri in batting practice, he's got tremendous power. And I know you see the 4 home runs on his stats, but he's a guy that surprises you that he doesn't have more home runs.
Guy they really consider their leader and their emotional energy provider. Hitting 400 in the College World Series, coming in here 6 out of 15. Got a walk his first time up. He's in a 1-2 hole against J.P. Howell here in the third. High fastball, 2-2. Got him on the shoulder. So Piliteri is on for the second time, drilled by Howell. And that's the 12th batter he's plunked this year.
So fastball just tried to get in and missed his spot.
Ouch, ouch, ouch.
Well, a lot of these guys try to lean in and get hit. And right there, obviously, he was trying to get out of the way.
Yes, sir. Now Dorn, who struck out his first time up, takes a called strike from Howell.
Now you see the Cal State Fullerton batters turn all the way around. All the signs come from the bench. They don't come from the third base coach. They come from George Horton over there at the bench. He's calling your bunts. He's calling your hit and runs. He's calling your go ahead and swing. You know, the whole game is coming out of that dugout.
1-1 to Danny Dorn. Been a gap hitter all year, has some occasional power, although he only has 4 home runs, but has driven in 57. That's second on the ball club behind Suzuki's enormous total of 86. That one's fouled out of play.
I think I'd get a little dizzy spinning around to look into the dugout behind you, then you spin back around to go ahead and hit.
A lot easier when you're the home team. You just have to look down to third if you're a left-hander. 1-2 to Dorn. Called strike 3. almost got the hop back on his pitches.
Yeah, that's a nice job of painting the pitch away on the outside half. He did a nice job of setting him up. You know, he pitched him in with the fastball, then he fouled a breaking ball that was inside back, and then he went back outside for that fastball to punch him out with.
2 out, a runner at first. It is a 3-1 Cal State Fullerton lead, and Felipe Garcia, who drove in a pair with a first inning single, will stand in. He is now 8 for 16 here in the College World Series, and has a 14-game hitting streak.
There's been 3 guys here at the College World Series that were on fire. We talked about Big Pen from Texas and this young man and Stephen Pierce from South Carolina. I think everything he hit fell in.
Pierce didn't miss a thing. Hit back up the middle, another base hit for Garcia. Piloteri will stop at second base. Well, you just love to be hot coming into the College World Series. Then we see the flip side of it when superstars come in here and have a mini slump, and it's got to be so disappointing because it's only 3 or 4 games and they just can't seem to hit one.
And those 3 or 4 games seem like a month.
They must.
Especially when you're on TV. You know you want to be your best.
Bobby Andrews, who fanned his first time up. 2 on, 2 out. Fouled at the plate. There's some of that barbecue that's blowing smoke in from center field. I think he got our order.
Yeah, he did. Yes, he did. Looks good. Waiting patiently.
No, you're not. You're waiting, but it's not patiently. I have to hand it to you. The last couple of years, every time we have come on camera, you have had food lined up all in front of you. This year, you haven't been nibbling nearly as much.
Yeah, I don't know why that is. It's not like I'm trying to diet. It's just
you have no reason.
Yeah.
But hopefully you'll have some barbecue sitting right about here.
Barbecue. I got a little barbecue later at the Brown family residence too. So I got a little food waiting for me.
1-1 to Bobby Andrews. Trying to keep the runner at second close. That's Piloteri. It was hit by a pitch and advance on the single.
I don't know why pitchers just don't step off. They don't want to throw that pitch. Step off.
Chop to the third baseman. Morol will take it himself at third. The inning is over. A hit batter and a single, 2 left. We'll go to the bottom of the third, 3-1. When we come back, we'll hear from Cal State Fullerton's head coach, George Horton.
Join us all summer long for ESPN 25. This Tuesday on Who's Number One, we're counting down the best sports movies.
Best sports movie.
Best sports movie, Hoosiers.
Hoosiers, what a great movie. Inspiration.
Caddyshack has got to be the best ever.
Remember the Titans.
The unity was my favorite thing about that movie. Rudy. I didn't cry during Rudy.
First about 35 times I saw it, I cried.
Who's Number One and the headlines every Tuesday night, 7 Eastern on ESPN. ESPN 25, presented by McDonald's.
Feel like you're stuck with dial-up internet? Free yourself. Get DirectWay. DirectWay is high-speed internet by satellite, and it's available wherever you live, anywhere in the continental U.S. All you need is a clear view of the southern sky. DirectWay is fast, secure, works on PC and Mac. And did I mention available at your house? It's a no-brainer. To find out more about DirectWay, flip to channel 227 and get the high-speed internet freedom you deserve. Channel 227. The choice is yours.
DirecTV Freeview Events, Music Choice, and Radio Disney present Disney Mania in concert. It's the coolest concert of the year with today's hottest young artists singing their favorite Disney tunes. Hosted by Raven at the Disneyland Resort in California, Disney Mania features both live footage and intimate studio performances, including Hillary and Haley Duff, Stevie Brock, Jesse McCartney, Jump 5, and many more. Catch Disney Mania in concert on Channel 103 every weekend in June, and pick up the Disney Mania 2 CD, now available at Target.
27 times this year, including Wednesday's win at the College World Series over Georgia. Texas has come back to beat a team. So head coach George Horton of Fullerton, do you get overconfident? Any concern in your dugout about that with your 2-run lead right now?
Well, we try to take our eyes off the scoreboard during the ball game. It's all about the next pitch with us. We understand anybody that gets to Omaha, including Texas, is never going to roll over. And I don't care how many runs are up there on the scoreboard. We know we got to get 27 outs. And hopefully my guys will realize that. And Augie's club will never roll over. I understand that.
Being at the end of your dugout tonight, George, I've heard some of your coaches tell the hitters keep the approach the same with JP Howell. What has that been tonight, and why have you had success early?
Well, I like the bats we've had off JP. He didn't look like he started the game extremely sharp, but you got to be careful with a curveball guy. Usually they get better as the game goes along. He's such a great competitor, and hopefully we can stay disciplined and the same approach. That's the only chance we have off of him.
Good luck the rest of the way.
Thanks, Dave.
Mike?
All right, thank you, David. We appreciate that. 3-1 Cal State Fullerton, bottom of the third. And we'll go back to Drew Stubbs, the leadoff hitter, who struck out his first time up. Our sympathies go out to Texas first base coach Dennis Cook, who had to leave Omaha to attend the funeral of his father, who unexpectedly passed away. He will be back tomorrow. Our best wishes go out to the Texas baseball family, Dennis Cook and his family, and our best wishes to them.
Dennis has been a great addition to this ball club, and especially working with this young man. And Coach Holliday, the pitching coach, have accepted him open arms. They got along real well together.
Sam LeCure, who is scheduled to pitch tomorrow, is coaching first for the Longhorns tonight. And Stubbs is down to 8 strikes again. This weekend, the PGA Tour on ABC features the Booz Allen Classic. John Daly heads an impressive field at Potomac, Maryland. The Booz Allen Classic, Sunday at 3 Eastern, noon Pacific on ABC Sports Championship Television. One out, nobody on for Seth Johnston in the Texas third. And except for a couple of errors in this ball game, we would have a 1-0 pitchers duel, which is about what we expected from these two guys.
I was talking with Coach Serrano from Cal State Fullerton today. Good news for Ricky Romero. He got named to the USA team without even having to go to the tryouts. I saw him pitch the other day and said, we want this guy.
Terrific.
So congratulations to him. He'll be representing the U.S. as they tour around the world this summer.
That will be a worthy addition to that club. Young man going for his 14th win of the year here in Omaha. Falls behind 3-0 against Seth Johnston. 4 fly ball outs, 3 strikeouts. 3 of those fly balls went to the right fielder Bobby Andrews.
There's pitching coach Dave Serrano right there.
Called strike on 3 though.
You know, it's interesting in the college game, a lot of the coaches will call the pitches. Texas allows the catcher to call his own game. And Cal State Fullerton, with Suzuki's experience, they'll suggest pitches to him and he will call the game. So I think it's good to get it out of the coach's hands and let the kids play.
Don't you think the kids have a better feel for, one, what they throw, and the catcher, what the guy's throwing?
Well, absolutely. And at these type of programs, there's no doubt that a lot of kids are going to play at these schools. Yes, they're student athletes, but they want to play pro baseball too. So you prepare them for both, not only life in itself, but baseball too, and let them play the game and get a feel for it.
This one's popped into right, and Andrews comes on and got a late break, but made the catch. 2 out.
Andrews really played a good right field for Cal State Fullerton last night. He threw a laser to the plate, I should say, the other night on Thursday, throwing a guy out at the plate. elimination game against South Carolina right here. Got a late break, makes a nice catch coming in.
He's an outstanding athlete, not a great outfielder yet. Still a little shaky on how he comes in, how he approaches the ball, but has been able to overcome it with his athletic ability, and he'll get better the more he plays.
It's all about playing time for all these young men out here.
Had a flashback in the first inning because Curtis Thigpen made an out, fly to center field. Let's go to Dave Ryan. David?
Well, Mike and Harold keep a close eye on the Fullerton right fielder Bobby Andrews. We saw that a moment ago coming in for the fly ball. And BP tonight, an hour before the game, he turned his left ankle on a mat that's set up just to the right of the cage for hitting fungos. Had the ankle retaped and told us right before the game it was okay, but appears a bit gimpy out there, moving to his left and right in the outfield.
David, I saw him go down during BP, and he was down for quite a while. It was a badly turned ankle, and you can see maybe some extra tape under that sock.
As a coach, you just worry that guys can get through batting practice, get to the game. I mean, it's amazing. Remember when Vince Coleman got rolled over by the tarp?
That's
right.
right.
Cardinal team.
And here he is limping. This was after he was on the ground for about 15 seconds. And able to get up and walk it off. And you just heard one of his teammates say he rolled it. Usually if you can walk in that amount of time afterward, you're going to be all right.
Hard to pull him out of this game anyway.
Breaking pitch fouled at the plate by Thigpen.
You can see why Thigpen's had such great numbers here. He sees the ball real well. He's battling. You know, first at bat, I think he was a little over aggressive. They had the tough first inning defensively. You go out, first thing you want to do is try to do better. And now he's letting the game come to him a little bit more.
He has 105 hits this year, which is only 2 off the record for any junior that's ever played at Texas. Takes that fastball high. Led the Big 12 in hits. And he's been their most consistent guy all year, just shy of 400.
Well, he's locked in right now. I think he's seeing every ball pretty good.
Two and two from Ricky Romero. Missed with a fastball. And they wanted that one.
When you're hitting 750 coming into a game,
might get a call.
Take that pitch. Yeah.
Up near the letters. Boy, and the air just went out of Ricky Romero. He wanted that one. I mean, if a guy's hitting 750 and you throw a pitch you think is called strike 3, it's big.
No doubt.
Because you may not get another one by him. He's been spoiling all the good ones, waiting for one he can hit.
He really has. That ball's a tough pitch to put in play. About the second breaking ball he saw in this at bat, you could tell he was starting to see everything pretty good and stand up there with a lot of confidence.
There's the very affable All-American closer, Houston Street.
They got some quirky stuff they do.
Yes, they do. 3-2, hit in the air to right, going back. Andrews on the track. 3 up, 3 down, and Andrews has caught 5 of the 9 outs in this ball game. We'll go to the 4th. 3-1. I understand this is Harold's order being filled right now. 3-1. We go to the 4th at the College World Series.
My platform is to put money back into the pockets of Americans just by telling them to switch to net zero internet service for just $9.95, or surf the web up to 5 times faster for just $5 more. I'm Candidate Zero, and that's access for all.
We're gonna get the world champion from China to come here, and we're gonna beat him.
Even before he could walk, he ran everywhere. We're a very athletic family.
Nike Monster Shocks. More colors now at Finish Line.
When I'm hired by somebody, they're going to get their money's worth plus. I haven't met anything I couldn't drive. I'm experienced with turret lifts, order pickers, sit-down forklifts, stand-up forklifts, and I know the end of a wrench, too. My name is Ed Casey, and thank you for considering me.
Monster. Today's the day.
We move to the 4th inning of the College World Series. Cal State Fullerton leading Texas 3-1. We are delighted to be bringing you this game in high definition. Tremendous picture. Once you see one, you'll want one. College World Series continues tomorrow in high def, and after tomorrow night, you'll see the pros with that wider picture and the increased clarity when the Mets take on the Yankees. That's all followed by SportsCenter. It's in high definition, too. Once you've seen ESPN HD, you will never go back. It's all sponsored by Phillips and Best Buy. It's like going from black and white to color, from a regular set to HD.
It is amazing, the difference. And when you can get a real big screen, wow.
Neil Walton will lead it off in the Fullerton 4th inning against J.P. Howell, who was victimized in the 1st inning by 3 unearned runs. Walton 0 for 1 tonight, 246 on the year. Chops this one foul.
Walton's journey into the starting lineup was an interesting one because of a wiffle ball game.
The other shortstop, as they had alternated between him and Turner. Turner separated his shoulder playing wiffle ball. I mean, that's awful.
I'm still convinced Walton must have been in that game. I'm trying to find out.
That'd be tough to dislocate your shoulder umpiring, wouldn't it?
I'm telling you. But he's done a nice job. There's the Blake Davis right there, injured his shoulder playing wiffle ball.
Can you imagine how disappointed he is?
He's got to be very disappointed. And Neil Walton has played great. He's caught every ground ball hit to him. Until that at bat, been putting the ball in play pretty good.
Strikes out there for the first out of the 4th.
So look at one of our on the Super Mo camera. We've got so many cameras here. We've got 20 cameras covering this game. Hard working crew all over the ballpark.
If it happens, we got it. Prettyman, who doubled his first time up and then was thrown out trying to steal 3rd, stands in with nobody on and 1 out.
The game has changed since Augie Greedo came out and talked with the umpires. You know, all of a sudden, Cal State Fullerton got in the batter's box, and J.P. Howell got himself a pretty good rhythm.
The game has proceeded much quicker, and he has had a much better rhythm. Fastball fouled over the Texas dugout back in the stands. 2-2. Almost in self-defense, Prettyman fouls that one off, up and in.
He misses that. I think that ball might hit him. See, Howell's ready to go.
This was looped foul off the 3rd base line. Perfect weather for a ball game if the showers hold off. Whatever we expect to get should be light. There's no wind at all. It's just a nice night to play, and Prettyman hanging in there. Fouls another one back to the screen. They made Howell work in the first inning, and Prettyman trying to make him work again here in the fourth. There are flags in center field. Absolutely not even a zephyr. You saw the pitch count on Howell. That makes 75 as Prettyman is just spoiling one after another.
That's a nice at bat. You know, the thing I like about what George Horton has done is he doesn't platoon his hitters either. They've faced about 4 or 5 left-handers out here, and he continues to play as lefties on lefties and lets these kids have an opportunity to make adjustments with that bats.
Fastball grounded toward Johnston at second base. 2 gone. Rod Dedeaux, 10, count them, 10 College World Series titles at USC. And there is Bill Callahan, the new Nebraska football coach who used to be the head coach of the Oakland Raiders. And they have been touring Nebraska, drumming up support for Nebraska football as if they need support.
I was going to say, come on now.
I think they easily sell every ticket available to watch the Huskers play. Justin Turner takes a called strike. He's 1 for 1 with a walk in this ball game. Turner's one of those kids who just plays better than his skills would tell you he could. He still has had ankle problems from that play a year ago when he was hit in the face, that ugly looking incident where he could have even lost his life or been injured for life, and all he really injured on it on a long-term basis was his ankle.
Yes, he did.
Tried to hold up and couldn't. And what was so courageous about that, they took him to the emergency room, examined him, stitched up the inside of his mouth, and he came back to be in the dugout with his teammates later in the game.
It's one of those scenes you'll never forget.
Kid's got some moxie. Struck him out. Good inning for J.P. Howell. He fans 2 in the inning and will go to the bottom of the 4th inning, a 3-1 score. And as we were talking about, every now and then there is a moment that will stay with you for the rest of your life. Such was the case in last year's College World Series when Turner stepped into the batter's box to face Stanford pitcher Matt Manship.
It was a 6 o'clock game against Stanford. There was a pretty bad shadow. I never really saw the baseball. Wow. And then the next thing I knew, I was laying on the ground looking into my hands. My hands were covered in blood. I couldn't feel anything on my face. My face was completely numb. My ankle was actually hurting more than my face was at the time. I just wanted to get off the field. Got into the emergency room. I met the plastic surgeon in the emergency room. He was actually watching the game on TV. Saw it happen. As soon as he saw it happen, he turned to his wife and said, "I might not be home tonight. It's going to be a long one." The plastic surgeon told me that I was extremely lucky. He said 1/8 of an inch up, down, left, or right, and I'd probably be having total reconstructive face surgery.
I'll never forget the doctor, the oral surgeon, when he came in and read the results of the x-rays, and he literally leaned over and gave Justin a kiss on the forehead, and he said, "Son, you're the luckiest man I've ever seen." And he said, "Somebody was looking over you tonight."
Actually, when I did go out to play summer ball, my first at-bat that I took there, I had to bunt, and it ran through my head a couple of times when I was up there. But once I got it down, I got it down. I don't think I got the first bunt down, actually. I think I got the second one down. I mean, I saw one up and in against South Carolina, the first game we played. And I turned to Landon Powell, joked around with him, and said, "Man, I've seen that pitch before." And that's really like the best way I can deal with it, is just to make light of it, joke around with it, and just try to let it not affect me at all.
Oh, that's great. When he went back to California after the College World Series, he became an instant celebrity. So many people were coming up to him on the street. He had to dye his hair black just to be able to walk down the streets in his hometown of Lakewood, California. very courageous young man who showed a lot to his teammates last year.
He still takes hit by pitches, 15 hit by pitches. That's courage right there.
And how lucky was he, as the doctor said, 1/8 of an inch anywhere else, and you're in a lot of trouble. Bottom of the 4th, the Longhorns down 3-1. They scored their only run back in the 2nd, and Taylor Teagarden, the cleanup man and the catcher, will lead it off. He hit a fly ball to right his first time up. A lot of power from this young man, 10 homers this year, and playing in a huge ballpark in Austin. They don't get a lot of home runs. A little looper will drop into left. Base hit for Teagarden to lead off the 4th.
And that's officially an aluminum bat base hit right there. That
sure is.
That's deep, deep, deep in your kitchen. But he fought it off enough to get by the shortstop. The difference with wood and aluminum is that right there.
He'd be holding the handle of the wood bat, wouldn't it?
Absolutely he would. Matter of fact, Mark, I'm going to walk up here and show you the difference between the wood and aluminum.
This is Reininger standing in with
set we have here.
A base hit earlier in the ball game. He's 1 for 1 and represents the potential tying run. Reininger inserted in the lineup tonight with the left-hander pitching, Ricky Romero. He'd be followed by Marol and Kiner. Bunts and foul at the plate. Harold, what do you got with the bats?
Well, Mike, here's the difference, okay? Here's an aluminum bat, and here's the wood. In this area right here, if you hit a ball on the wood, it's going to shatter. In the aluminum, you still got all this area for the ball to hit, and it can carry into the outfield. The difference is the swing. We'll come back after this next pitch, and I'll come back and talk about the swing between a wood swing and an aluminum.
0-1 to Reininger. Squaring before the pitch, and now Suzuki.
Well, it looks like we'll have
wants to have a word with Romero.
Yeah, they're going to give us a little time to show this. Here's a look at his swing again. When that ball gets in on his hands. And with the aluminum bat, when you get a ball in on your hands, you still can be strong enough to throw it off and hit it in the outfield. If you use that with the wood, Mike, this is what your swing's going to look like. I'll see you later. Come back to join you. That's what's going to happen if it's a wood bat.
Yeah, you get a handful of bees, don't you?
Oh, my goodness. But that's really the difference. And the thing that happens with swinging a wood and aluminum is your hands have to be stronger. You have to be stronger in your hands and in your wrists and your forearms, because this is really the action you're going to use. With aluminum, you can be a little more flippant, so to speak.
Reininger already squaring. Now he pulls the bat back and take a called strike. Home Depot has done such a great job with our studio locker room up here. Everything Harold could possibly need to demonstrate what goes on inside the game.
Well, it's been a great area with Jeff Brantley and Kyle Peterson both being up here to show pitch grips and different things that happen, and then myself, we've really taken this coverage to a whole nother level, and I hope we continue to do it other places too.
I'm glad they just didn't send us the raw materials and tell us go ahead and build it. I'm afraid of what it would look like.
Yeah, you seen that show In the Fix?
Yeah.
Trading Spaces. I wouldn't have been able to handle either one of those.
Now, 1-2 to J.D. Reininger.
Oh. See, I watched that stuff. Everybody looking at me up here like, what are you talking about? That's not even giving me notes. I watched that.
Probably watch his makeover shows.
Paige Davis hosts Trading Spaces. I've seen it, man. I'm all over that show.
You're starting to scare me. Full count to J.D. Reininger.
This is the inning you get to him. He labored through the last inning. It doesn't look like Romero's stuff is that overpowering, and this is when you start to get right back at him. You've got a runner on already, no outs, and a full count.
on the infield. Second baseman Turner makes the call and makes the catch.
That's a big pitch right there, and an advantage for the left-hander. Obviously, the runner was not moving, and with the left-handed pitcher, he doesn't move. I think if they have a right-handed pitcher or a lefty that you can read, you might get a runner moving in that situation also.
1 on 1 out for Texas against Romero. 3 strikeouts, no ground ball outs. Had a couple of pop outs and 5 fly balls. And Merrill popped out to the first baseman in foul territory his first time up. Merrill's played some great third base, has not hit well out here, only 3 for 12. Curveball in the corner for a called strike.
And he's going to get a lot of flyouts because he doesn't get you to roll over the ball. He's throwing that fastball on the outside half. And when he throws a breaking ball, it's something that's going to be in where guys are going to get under it.
This one's popped back into the stands and right. Romero only 56 pitches through 4 innings. He may be a little bit over where they would like him to be, but close.
Yeah, but that's pretty good. And J.P. Howell's got 79 pitches through his innings of work.
In the dirt, and another nice block by Suzuki. Teagarden down at first, not much of a threat to go. He's the catcher.
Yeah, nice job by Suzuki blocking that. And that, again, that's an advantage of having a veteran catcher who's back there where you can bounce the ball to the plate. It's the ball. There's Suzuki, just squares up, keeps it in front of him. And again, the tremendous footwork. I mean, you see how quick he is.
Yes, he is. He's going to be a good one. Drafted high by Oakland. Time called at the plate. Still 0-2 to David Merrill. I'm sorry, it's Kiner with 2 on and 1 out. That one's outside. There's Landon Powell in the maroon shirt. He is the South Carolina catcher who is also a finalist for the bench award, and he put on quite a show behind the plate out here this year.
He is such a great kid, Landon. He called today and said, you know, would you thank Mike, and I want to thank you for all the kind words you guys said about me during the series. How many kids tracked you down to tell you that?
Well, no kidding.
He's special.
And he is staying out here because a couple of days after the College World Series, they will have the bench ceremonies for the best catcher in the country in Wichita. So he's staying in the area, taking in a couple of ball games, and then we'll go to Wichita for that presentation. And somebody just called him to say, Landon, you're on television.
You better smile, man. You need a haircut, too. That's what they're telling me here. I don't know. I think it looks okay. What do you think, Mike?
I like it. It's baseball-y. You know, you got to have that haircut for summer. Tap slowly toward third and foul.
Well, we got a chance to meet some great young men in the college game. You know, the pros, not as much access because you're not around as much.
Sure.
But down here, you know, like the all-access pass on Justin Turner, I don't think I would have wanted to talk about that. That's the type of access you get with college players.
Well, the kids have been great. The coaches have been terrific. And swing and a miss, and they will have to throw them out and do. So Romero gives up a base hit to start the inning, but gets out of trouble again and through 4. Fullerton with the lead, 3-1 over the Texas Longhorns. J.P. Howell and Romero in a duel here in Omaha.
Tag Heuer. What are you made of? Tag Heuer is the official timekeeper and watch of the Indy 500 and the Indy Racing League.
Uh-oh, sensitive teeth? Now there's a whole new Sensodyne.
Yeah, but I want protection from pain, cavities, and great taste.
New Sensodyne Full Protection does all that plus whitening. It's so full of protection, it's new Sensodyne Full Protection.
Breakfast variety. Sonic's got it, others don't. Stop by Sonic this morning and start your day off with any of our delicious one-of-a-kind breakfast items. And make Sonic your morning drink stop where you'll find thousands of drink flavor combinations. It's not just good, it's Sonic good.
Dad, you know how you want to be everywhere I am? Now you can be.
For a limited time, get Singular Family Talk for just $9.99 a line and get a cool phone to keep track of your kids.
I call it my "this is so much better" plan.
$9.99 a line. Another reason Singular fits you best.
Coca-Cola brings you Championship Expressions. Coca-Cola brings you Championship Expressions. Coca-Cola, real.
That's why we love the College World Series. The emotion involved in every pitch, every play, and so much riding on this best 2 out of 3 series for the national championship. And bad hats all around.
Oh, they got some ugly hats.
Yes, they do.
Dirty, dingy, ugly. Fans, too.
Now, you'd wear that one, wouldn't you?
I have to think twice on that one.
Hardman leads it off and grounds to Johnston at second base. One quickly gone. Here in the Fullerton 5th inning. Oh, and J.P. Howell's got to be thinking, at least in the back of his mind, those 2 errors in the first inning cost me 3. Otherwise, we're ahead in this game, and I'm pitching a shutout.
Absolutely. He's done his job, and especially when they're giving you a bunt, that's more frustrating than the potential double play ball. But when they're giving you a bunt, they're basically giving you an out.
Texas normally a outstanding fielding team, and 2 errors in the first inning led to those 3 unearned runs, and it's stayed that way at 3-1. Suzuki 0 for 2 tonight. Coach has admitted he has been a little frustrated out here this year as they have successfully pitched around him most of the time and not given him very much to hit. Guys in front of him have not hit well, and when there aren't runners on base, he's not going to get fastballs right down the middle.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the key, is the guys in front of him have to get on, give him something to hit.
Suzuki hits this one to left center, but Stubbs has a beat on it. And there's 2 outs.
This is actually my hat for my freshman year, and I'm a catcher. I don't use it much, so it's not a big superstition for me. I just don't like to change my hats. You know, whatever's going good right now, I just stay with it. A couple guys that that still have their same hats. Jason Windsor and Ronnie Prinneman would have pretty gross hats. It's pretty cool.
Harold, I think when these guys get a new one fresh out of the box, they tie it to the back of a truck and drag it around for the weekend.
And, you know, it catches on. I mean, Steve Klein with your team again, the Cardinals.
Yep.
You know, his hat is so nasty and so dirty. They have a Steve Klein day where they give away a nasty, funky hat. Man, come on now.
Whoever thought it would come to that? Whew. Bad hat day. It may be a while before they have another day for Klein in St. Louis.
Yeah, he's getting a little time off right now.
Might be fine and suspension day. Military stands in with nobody on and 2 out. here in the Fullerton 5th inning. He's been on twice with a walk and been hit. Takes a called strike 2 and 2. Ooh, funnel kick.
Oh, man, what are you doing? Is that butter?
I hope not.
I hope that's not.
I hope it's not butter. Johnston's been very busy down at second. That'll end the inning.
I sure hope it wasn't ketchup, I'll tell you that. Or mustard.
Oh, that's the end of the inning. Fullerton down in the 5th, leading 3-1.
The grilling man fears his ancient nemesis no more. I refer not to the double-cut pork chop, the nuance of burger rotation, but to the empty propane tank. Yes, the grilling man knows the ways of Blue Rhino. As he swaps for the perfect full Blue Rhino tank, there is no sad goodbye, for Drop, Swap, and Go is the brave new world, where the flame is always blue and the wieners never burn. Fear not, grilling man. Blue Rhino is at your command.
This 4th of July, you can create fireworks with paint at America's first choice for paint tools and techniques, the Home Depot. Discover our revolutionary Color Solution Center, a complete resource for painting ideas, where you can mix and match from the largest color palette in America. Only the Home Depot has it. Now through July 5th, get $5 off 1-gallon cans of quality Behr and Glidden Evermore paint by mail-in rebate. Vibrant colors, brilliant solutions, one place. The Home Depot. You can do it, we can help.
Inside every race is a lesson. And inside every lesson is a way to win.
Cal State Fullerton.
Texas. It's best of 3.
Best of 3.
The way it should be for the championship.
It's game 2. Game 2.
Game 2 is tomorrow at 3 Eastern on ESPN HD, and that means you have a chance to go out and get an HD set tomorrow morning. When the stores open up, get 3 of your friends, put it in the back of your SUV, take it home, hook it up, invite them in to watch it. Texas leading the all-time series 17-15. Cal State Fullerton beat the Longhorns in '84 for the title. Texas 2-1 under Augie Garrido. Jack Deasing, the president of CWS Incorporated, the overall body that controls everything that goes on here in Omaha for the College World Series.
Of course, Jack's going to know the camera's on him. He doesn't need anybody to call him. Jack was on top of it. He's waving.
Jack knows everything that's going on out here, and he and everybody that is with him has done such a brilliant job in promoting college baseball in Omaha. They treat the kids so great. They treat us so well. Ryan Russ will lead it off for the Longhorns in the 5th. They'd love to get something started against Ricky Romero, who has given up 4 hits and a single run.
They've definitely come out with a game plan to attack his first pitch, because almost every hitter has swung at the first pitch fastball.
And that's one of the things that has helped keep Romero's pitch count down, and that has been a key for Cal State Fullerton here in the College World Series, as 2 of their 3 wins have been complete game efforts, or 2 of their 4 wins. And Romero has one of those. They'd like nothing better than to have Romero get another one here tonight. Breaking ball hangs high, 2-1 to Russ. He'll be followed by the number 9 hitter Holloman, and then back to the top of the order for Drew Stubbs. Strike 2 call. If you joined us late, this is a best of 3 series, the opening game scheduled for tomorrow afternoon, number 2. If needed, we will play Monday night here in Omaha to decide it all. And Fullerton is leading Texas 3-1, home half of the 5th. Full count to Ryan Russ.
Hey, we're gonna beat him out here. Come on, Bob.
He's able to get on it. It'll be back-to-back innings to get that first man on.
Ball 4. And the winning team traditionally out here has an average of the leadoff hitter 4 times a game. Losing teams get the leadoff hitter on twice a game. And for all the live stats and game recaps, you might even find that in there from all of this year's College World Series. Go to NCAAsports.com. It's the official online home for all 88 NCAA championships.
And Mike, I wish I could explain it to you, but it seems like the 5th inning, every time the leading pitcher comes to the 5th, he struggles.
Well, you made that point earlier in the series that this is the inning of decision. If you go 5 and leave with a lead, you can only win and not lose. And with all the psychological help that Cal State Fullerton gets, you'd think they'd be able to wipe that one out. Don't think about the 5th inning. Holloman, a strikeout victim his first time up. And Holloman wants to sacrifice, pushes it toward first. No play. P.J. Pelletieri fielded it. Romero did not get over, and the second baseman, Justin Turner's late getting there.
Well, they caught him by surprise, and it's all about where you start from. If you look at the second baseman, Justin Turner, he's going to start here. He's got to go all the way across. Now, when you bunt late, this is the advantage you have. Look how far he's got to go to get there. I still think if he throws it, it's going to be a throw on the run. So good decision by Pelletieri to hold on to this. But that was a surprise. Remember, most of the bunters square around early. They show you what they're going to do. That time he didn't square around too early, and he put it down with perfect time bunt. And he just foot raced to beat the second baseman.
Goes as a base hit for Holloman. 2 on, nobody out for the top of the order and Drew Stubbs. And a rare miscue in the field by Cal State Fullerton. And now Stubbs wants to bunt, and they say it's foul. If he's in fair territory where that hits him, he's out.
You can tell here he's still in the batter's box when he starts to take off. This ball's going to bounce up, hit him. He's clearly in the box. But I like the idea of how he's trying to bunt this ball to third base. See how he set his angle. The problem was the ball ran from him. That made him force his come out of his position, and that's why it ended up being a bad pitch. Good pitch by the pitcher.
Creeping in at first and third. And bunted foul, 0-2. And you can see the way Romero falls off the mound toward third. If you bunt toward first, he's not going to have a chance to get over there.
No, he's not. But they're afraid the first baseman's going to throw this ball to third because he's creeping so far in. But in that situation, he can't take off running. You got to go ahead and sacrifice, and you got to give yourself up. Looked like Drew might have been a little bit of a hurry to get the ball down and take off running.
Stubbs has been a strikeout victim twice, and he's in an 0-2 hole against Romero. In the dirt again, the advantage of having Suzuki. You can throw a 58-foot breaking ball, and you know he's going to stop it.
Wow. That's a tough block right there. I mean, that ball bounced way in front of the plate.
Stubbs with that speed is not grounded into a double play all year long. 1-2 to Drew Stubbs. And time called. Texas rallying here in the 5th. How's the top of the order done for Texas? 20 for 41 in the first 3 tonight. Shut down 0 for 6 and the 2 strikeouts against Stubbs. So Romero's done a great job against the top of the order. Can he continue? Struck him out.
And that's a pitch he hasn't been able to hit all game.
Stubbs has gone down on strikes 3 times.
The break on that pitch right there. Tough to pick up late. You know, they call it a curveball, but he's got such a late break. He's throwing two different types of breaks. He's throwing a big curveball, and he's throwing a little late, sharp break on it.
And now Seth Johnston, whose season's average has dipped under 300 after 2 fly ball outs to right field.
We talked a lot, guys, about superstitions. That certainly is the case with Curtis Thigpen, who's taken a little bit beyond that. Before each at-bat while in the on-deck circle, he goes through hand-eye coordination exercises he learned from a big league star. He holds the bat right in front of his eye with a stationary object like the numbers, for example, on the outfield wall in the background. He moves the bat back and forth to simulate his eye, getting used to a pitch coming in and making quick adjustments. He read about it in a magazine article about Alex Rodriguez using the same technique to focus in on at-bats.
Well, Dave, whatever he's doing here in the College World Series, it's working.
Well, I know Seattle Mariners taught that a lot. Edgar Martinez is really into that, and I'm sure Alex might have picked that up from Edgar.
Thigpen has been dangerous all year long. He just gets on base, usually after hitting the ball very hard.
I'll have to give Alex a call and ask him where he picked that up at.
Went after that one down around the plate. 1-2 to Johnston.
Well, Romero's doing a great job of throwing this breaking pitch, and he's going to throw it to the hitter. And what, you know, we've talked about it time and time again with Suzuki back there to block those. It just makes his breaking ball that much tougher.
That ball actually looked like it hit the back of the
Yeah, he can afford to snap it off hard.
There's another one. This one's drilled down the left field line, and it is foul. Oh, he was waiting on that breaking pitch and ripped it.
And he jumped on that. He hung him a breaking pitch, and this one comes inside instead of away. That's the difference with the other ones he's thrown.
Boy, that thing was barely foul. The Longhorns thought it would stay fair, hooked too much. And the count holds at 1-2 to Seth Johnston.
We got 6 umpires, and you notice there's an umpire in the outfield today. He's right there positioned to see that ball all the way.
Runners at first and second. Russ, who walked, and Holloman, who singled to start the inning. Then Drew Stubbs fanned, and now Johnston in a 1-2 hole.
Get a good look at this. See our umpire right on top of that. This is a jib camera down the left field line. This is how we get that shot right down the line there. So we're on it. Even that jib goes up and down and all over the place.
Steve Ritchie, the cameraman on that one. And as you said, Harold, we got 20 pickoff play. Oh, boy, Holloman barely got back.
Again, element of surprise, and we saw Texas drop the bunt, caught everybody off guard, and this is a perfect time after pitchers struggling, a little conversation, and they put on a pickoff play on the backside runner.
With Piloteri playing behind him, he snuck in. Still 1-2 to Johnston. Little looper down the right field line. It's going to drop in front of Andrews. Here comes the runner to the plate, and Andrews throw way offline. 1 run will score. Now 2 runs score, and they will send Johnston to third. Andrews, who made a throw the other night to get a runner at the plate, uncorked a bad one that time.
Well, you got it. He just comes in charging. Nice piece of hitting to flip that ball off. And Andrews just did not get behind that ball. Took off big time. Romero didn't get a chance to even get in position. This ball takes off down the line. And there was no chance for Suzuki to come into this. You see Romero trying to get in position. He's following the ball by the time he sees that. And Now remember, you're going to get 2 bases from the outfield. That's why the base runner moved up to third base now, as opposed to being at first.
And now they want to come out to talk to Romero in a 3-3 tie with a runner at third and Curtis Thigpen coming to the plate, the hottest hitter in the College World Series. So Andrews has experienced both emotions here, throwing a guy out at the plate and then winging one that allows 2 runs to score.
And this is a tough time to make this error because the momentum, this swings the momentum all the way back over to the Texas side when you make an error like that.
1 RBI for Johnston. Let's check in with Kyle Peterson. What happens on that play backing up, Kyle?
Yeah, guys, you see it right there. I mean, if you're pitching, there's only one place to go. You give up a single to right, you get as deep as you possibly can. In this case, the ball's coming from right field. So if you're Ricky Romero, once you're back almost on the dugout steps, as far back as you can possibly get it. Those are the kind of things, those little things that can cost you. We saw the errors in the first lead to 3 unearned runs. In this case, not backing up led to another run. In a 3-3 ball game, you got to do little things to try to pull it out, especially right now if you're Cal State Fullerton.
It was only this team's 3rd error in 92 innings and only their 2nd error in the College World Series, but it was a big one and it cost them. And now you've got Thigpen coming up with a runner at third and 1 out. Romero's pitch count now up to 78. He has only walked 1. Thigpen has actually made 2 outs tonight. And his season's average down to 383. This one's hit in the air down the right field line, pretty deep. Andrews over toward the line, makes the catch, but plenty deep to get a run home. And Texas has taken the lead.
Well, that's a tough play right there. A lot of people are saying, hey, you let that ball fall. No, you take the out anytime you can, especially with Thigpen as hot as he is. You don't give a guy like that a chance to take another swing. He just missed driving this ball to the ballpark. He does everything he can to get over there and get in position to catch the ball. But you always take the out when you get a chance to get the out.
And he's right on the line. If he makes a decision early to let it drop, might be a fair ball.
Absolutely.
So Texas has put 3 on the board here in the 5th to regain the lead. And this one is ripped, diving, stop by Walton. What a play. Walton with a sensational diving stop ends the inning, but the damage has been done. The Texas Longhorns have taken the lead at the College World Series. They are up 4-3 here in Omaha. Walton saves another base hit.
Quick, in the top 5 water polo players in the world. Okay, how about 1? Yeah. I didn't start playing water polo to get famous. And the same goes for being a biology major. I like working in protein chemistry. Quick, in the top 5 protein chemists in the world.
There are over 360,000 NCAA student athletes, and just about all of us will be going pro in something other than sports.
Jerry, look, I have to run. There's this oil field on fire. Huge flames. Yeah, we have to get out there. Jerry, I gotta go.
Experience adventure so real, you'll feel like you're there. From storm shooters to smoke jumpers, work never looked so wild. Dangerous Jobs, Wednesdays at 8 on the National Geographic Channel. On DirecTV Channel 276.
You know, this was just business. It's now become personal. You think Judgment Day was brutal? That is a walk in the park to what's going to happen at the Great American Bash.
Eddie Guerrero takes on John Bradshaw Layfield in a Texas bull rope match for the WWE Championship. SmackDown presents the Great American Bash, Sunday, June 27th, live on DirecTV pay-per-view.
We'll go to the top of the 6th here in Omaha, and both of these outstanding fielding teams have hurt themselves with bad plays. 4 of the 7 runs unearned in this ball game. Very unlike either ball club. And Texas is taking the lead 4-3. We'll go to the top of the 6th for Danny Dorn to face J.P. Howell, who has been outstanding really the entire game. Errors led to his 3 runs. And here's a base hit on first pitch by Dorn.
Well, Mike, it was interesting in between innings. You were saying, hey, did we go to the bullpen here? Will we see the bullpen? Well, they got J. Brent Cox up immediately, and you saw Dorn jump on the first pitch. I thought J.P. Howell might stay a little bit longer. Now they're going to delay, stall a little bit, start get Cox loose, because that is strength of their club, is that bullpen.
And their pattern has been, once we can get you to the 6th, if we have a lead, we're going to go with Cox, who's got nasty stuff, as the setup man for Houston Street. Themselves with bad plays. 4 of the 7 runs unearned in this ball game. Very unlike either ball club. And Texas is taking the lead 4-3. We'll go to the top of the 6th for Danny Dorn to face J.P. Howell, who has been outstanding really the entire game. Errors led to his 3 runs. And here's a base hit on the first pitch by Dorn.
Well, Mike, it was interesting in between innings. You were saying, hey, did we go to the bullpen here? Will we see the bullpen? Well, they got J. Brent Cox up immediately, and you saw Dorn jump on the first pitch. I thought J.P. Howell might stay a little bit longer. Now they're going to delay, stall a little bit, start get Cox loose, because that is strength of their club, is that bullpen.
And their pattern has been, once we can get you to the 6th, if we have a lead, we're going to go with Cox, who's got nasty stuff, as the setup man for Houston Street, who has maybe even nastier stuff.
Well, Cox would be closing. Kyle Peterson was talking about this in our meetings this morning, that he would be closing for any other college program in the country. He's got that type of stuff.
Now here comes Tom Holliday, and they're going to delay as much more time as they can to give Cox a chance to get it loose. Buck Cody is also down there, but he's not even throwing right now. He's in the bullpen, but that's about it. There's Cody sprinting a little bit. You made a great point at the beginning of the week about Tom Holliday being hired as the pitching coach by Augie Garrido, because he is a former head coach at Oklahoma State, and it takes quite a guy to put a former head coach on his staff.
Yeah, it really does. You see these 2 men right there. The confidence he has in himself, and one in Augie, but also to bring Tom onto his staff and not feel threatened, and give this man an opportunity to coach and continue his career out. And he will be a great head coach somewhere else pretty soon.
Here's Felipe Garcia, who was 2 for 2. So you get the feeling if Cox was ready, he would have come in to face Garcia.
Absolutely. I think you're absolutely right. I don't think they expected Dorn to hit the first pitch.
But he did for a base hit. Garcia fouled it straight back. Let's go to Dave Ryan. David?
J.P. Howell's mom and dad, Jim and Michelle, are here from California. 3 unearned runs early for your son on the mound. What was that like to go through the first inning, giving up 3?
It was, seemed like about 4 innings. It was an eternity. I couldn't wait for him to get out of that mess.
Michelle, your son is so easygoing, a relaxed character. We really enjoyed getting a chance to meet him. Do you think he can rebound from that tough start and stay tough the rest of this game?
I do. I think he gets stronger as the game goes on. I think he'll definitely come back.
Prediction here for the end, Jim. How long do you think your son can go in this game? Can he go the distance?
Yes, I think he can. I know he wants to anyway. I know that for sure.
It's a bit tense up here, Mike.
He does have 4 complete games this year, David. One of them a shutout. He's ahead of Garcia 1-2. Garcia fouls this one out of play.
I don't think he's going to complete this one, though.
I'd be amazed.
It would be something else. But when you got those young men down there in that bullpen like he has, in this first game where you need a W to set the whole trend for the rest of this series, he's done his job digging them out of this hole and now holding them. And he gave his team a chance to get back in the ball game. They're back in the game. you get to that pin and close it out.
Didn't have his best stuff early, but he has been very sharp since. Checking throw to first. Sends Dorn back over there. Dorn runs pretty well, but pretty tough to steal against a left-hander, especially in this situation down 1. 2-2 to Felipe Garcia, who now has a 14-game hitting streak. And is used to big games. He was the co-MVP of the Cal State Junior College Tournament a year ago. And a welcome addition to Cal State Fullerton this year.
And as hot as he is, he better start paying attention to him and not the base runner.
Shot into right field for a base hit. Back-to-back singles for Cal State Fullerton to start the 6th. So Garcia is 3 for 3.
And, you know, they flirted around with Dorn over at first base quite a bit. It's a great piece of hit. He takes this ball down and just has an approach ahead of time to go the other way on this left-hander. He saw it change up the pitch before. He just made up his mind he was going to hit every ball to right field regardless. And that's what you do when you have a scouting report and a plan when you go to the plate.
And Garcia is 10 for 18 in the College World Series. And now James Street will go down and start, or Houston Street, James's dad, of course, will go down to get it loose a little bit.
And that tells you how important this game is to the Texas Longhorns. And game 1 in a 3-game series is huge.
Andrews was squared around a bump when he came out of the dugout. Bunts it down toward third. Force play at third to drop the ball. Curtis Thigpen, the first baseman, was right on top of the plate. Actually went down the third base line to field it. Threw to Merrill, and he couldn't handle it. Bases loaded, nobody out.
They did everything that you want to do right. And this is a great play by Thigpen, aggressively charging in, and then you see the throw there. You see him creeping in right now, and this is how far he went to go get this. And what happened with Merrill is he anticipated ahead of time before seeing the ball coming to him, and he got caught with his body off guard.
Sure did. Well, what a play by Thigpen, though. He's a third of the way down the third base line and still fields it and makes the throw.
It was incredible how he creeped in there. We'll get a closer look at it when we come back.
And J.P. Howell victimized by his defense. He did not allow an earned run and gets a nice hand from mom and dad and the rest of the Texas supporters as he comes out in a tough situation. Bases loaded for Cal State Fullerton.
My name is Kenny, and I want to work for a sports agent. I've always just been around athletes. I realized that if I was going to be happy in life, I was going to be working in sports. I'm looking to learn from another agent. You know, it can be a match made in heaven, and I think that it will be.
Monster. Today's the day.
Uh-oh, sensitive teeth? Now there's a whole new Sensodyne.
I want protection from pain, healthy gums, and great taste.
New Sensodyne Full Protection does all that, plus whitening. It's so full of protection, it's new Sensodyne Full Protection.
Cal State Fullerton rallying here in the 6th. Texas leads at 4-3. Let's go back to another Texas error on that attempted sacrifice on the last play, Harold.
This is a crash play. He's going to take up all this area and come get the ball. As you see, the shortstop's already covering second. And once he gets here, it's all his play. He calls everybody off. It's perfectly executed. The only difference was the throw was a little bit of a cutter, and the third baseman wasn't able to hang on to it. But they designed it perfectly.
You could only see the corner of that replay, but didn't it look to you like Merrill already had his leg extended before the throw? So he can only go so far. The only movement he's able to take is with his arm, and he couldn't get it out far.
You're right. You're absolutely right. When you're receiving that ball, you almost have to be like a first baseman.
Right.
And anticipate where the ball's going to go.
Then stretch.
And then go. He already predetermined where he thought it was going to end up at.
And the third Texas error with Dorn at third, Garcia at second, Andrews at first, puts Neil Walton against J. Brent Cox, and Walton slaps one down the right field line foul. Walton is 0 for 2.
Cox will remind you of a lot of Jeff Nelson, if you've seen Jeff Nelson when he's with the Mariners and with the Yankees, and now with the Texas Rangers. He'll throw you a lot of sliders, and that will probably be the only fastball that Walton sees this whole at-bat.
There's the slider on 0-1. Now it's 0-2, and Walton is 1 for 14 in the College World Series. I'm a little surprised they didn't go for a safety squeeze maybe on the first pitch.
And they've done that, so it's not out of their repertoire to try it.
0-2 to Walton with J. Brent Cox in relief. Appeal to first, and they call him out.
We'll have to look at that one again.
And Walton with a long stare down to first base umpire Scott Graham, and George Horton is really hot. I don't think so.
You know, a lot of umpires will say, well, he started his bat, but you have to start your bat if you're going to hit the ball. That's just part of the game. But he saw it, and he called it.
Big call there, gets one out. So Cox will face Prettyman with a chance to get out of the inning with a double play. Prettyman has doubled in this game. He's 1 for 2.
This is the telltale guy of the inning in my mind, because he takes away and he neutralizes that slider that Cox throws.
All 2. Prettyman with 38 RBIs. He may have never faced a more critical RBI situation this year. Dad Ron Sr. hoping his son can put the ball in play and drive in a tying run. They're down 4-3. That one's low. 3-0. One of his 3 home runs this year came at the College World Series on Thursday night. Ahead of J. Brent Cox, 3-0 with the bases loaded and 1 out. At the knees, called strike 1. Now if you're Prettyman, you pick a pitch, or are you just trying to hit anything?
No, you still stay patient. He's still got to come to you. I think you pick out a fastball and you let her fly.
Right back at Cox. Home for 1. First, double play. J. Brent Cox comes in with the bases loaded. We told you what a great bullpen it is. Strikes out 1, gets the next man to ground into a double play to preserve the 4-3 lead, and George Horton is still hot over that called strike 3 call. Texas maintains the lead, 4-3 over Cal State Fullerton.
Introducing the all-new Toyota Tundra Double Cab. Not just big, life-sized. Today, you're a super painter with the Wagner Paint Crew. It's built for big jobs with an extra long hose that gives you the reach you need. The innovative Paint Crew. One of the ways Wagner gives you more power, because there's always something that needs painting. Wagner. Paint fast. Paint smart.
Breakfast variety. Sonic's got it, others don't. Stop by Sonic this morning and start your day off with any of our delicious one-of-a-kind breakfast items. And make Sonic your morning drink stop where you'll find thousands of drink flavor combinations. It's not just good, it's Sonic good.
We're going to get the world champion from China to come here, and we're going to beat him.
Even before he could walk, he ran everywhere. We're a very athletic family.
Nike Monster Shocks. More colors now at Finish Line.
J. Brent Cox came out of the bullpen with the bases loaded, nobody out, faced two batters and got out of it. And the last one was a bullet back up the middle that he turned into a double play. Whoa. Right place at the right time, Harold. That ball was hit hard.
That ball's through. That's 2 runs right there. He saved a couple runs on that play. And JP is like, yeah, buddy. The pitcher of record right there.
Got it, baby. Come on. Hang on, man.
J.P. House celebrating in the dugout. He would stand to win his second College World Series game if they can hold the lead for him here. And J.D. Reininger is in to try to build on it. Reininger 1 for 2. The DH tonight against the left-hander Romero. Both of these starters really pitched great. They were victimized by their usually reliable defenses.
Absolutely right. I mean, the big throw from Andrews last inning, and Texas's defense, they haven't been able to catch a ball. You know, it's one thing to catch the grounder, but to throw a ball, dropping balls, it's amazing.
2-1 to Reininger. And Texas, when they have the lead, 41-1 after 5, 49-1 after 7. That's because of that bullpen. Houston Street, he has been the closer. Missed a lot of time injured this year, and a rocket into right for a base hit to start the 6th for Reininger, his second hit of the game.
I'm a little surprised that Houston Street is up this early and he's coming in. I mean, he gets hot, he's coming in the ball game. We're looking at the top of the 7th that he'd be entering.
I mean, you can hardly criticize what J. Brent Cox did.
No.
Two batters, 3 outs. Good night. And the crowd really getting into it now. David Marol. Romero throws to first.
And I'm surprised that Fullerton doesn't have anybody up. I mean, I know
there's a little stirring down there now.
Starting to scurry, but they should have been getting hot. You know, he's struggled through his last inning, and he's getting up there in that pitch count.
Nolan Brunix and Ryan Schreppel are down there. Here's the sacrifice by Marol. The play to first, 1 out. Runner goes to second. Delighted to get these beautiful shots from our Monster.com cam. They've been with us the entire 10 days here at the College World Series. Set up across the street on the geodesic dome at the Henry Dorley Zoo. I hope people have been able to take advantage of seeing the zoo out here. A wonderful facility here in Omaha, right across the street from the ballpark. And the nicest minor league ballpark you'll ever see.
It's beautiful. And the grounds crew, to imagine we played that many games and the field is still in this type of condition over the course of 2 weeks is amazing. 2 games a day for almost 2 weeks straight.
Carson Kiner stands in. He's 1 for 2. Nice pitch from Garcia. That's Ryan Russ on deck. Down at second, Reininger, the DH. He runs very well.
Oh, and it looked like he was going to try to take third, too.
Stolen 11 this year.
Well, he had it, and they didn't pay a whole lot of attention to him.
No.
Now he woke everybody up.
Of course, you think twice with Suzuki back there, don't you? He's got a cannon for an arm.
Yeah, but if you can get a lead, most left-handed pitchers are easy to steal third on, because they pay attention when you're at first base. When you get to second, they don't pay any attention to you.
Kyle Peterson right now. What do you think of Romero? He's hanging in there, isn't he?
Yeah, you know, he is hanging in there. I've seen a little bit different approach though from Texas. I mean, you've seen him laying off that breaking ball a lot more. Something that Fullerton tried to do with J.B. Howell early, really make him elevate the ball. And that's one thing that Texas offensively has tried to do. Get that fastball that they can drive instead of trying to swing at that Ricky Romero curveball. If that thing is down in the zone, they haven't been able to do anything. When they elevate it, Texas is swinging about well.
Thank you, Kyle. 1-1 to Kiner. Laid off that breaking ball.
Well, it's amazing that you look at the pitches that he has charted through this stretch here in the Super Regionals and then here at College World Series. Those are a lot of numbers to pile up on a young man's arm at this point in time of his life. And when you're throwing as many breaking balls as he has, that's difficult to come back from.
2 balls and a strike to Carson Kiner. And again, a look to second to get Reininger back.
Just speaks to volumes of how impressive he is. And we're talking about making him get the ball up. You know, usually that's the first thing that happens when the guy's throws that many breaking balls or throws that many pitches. He's going to elevate the ball.
There's a fastball in for a call strike 3. He's still, or 2. He's still got some hop on that fastball.
Well, I was going to say that's the difference with him and J.P. Howell. J.P. Howell did not have that fastball, so your approach could be a little bit different. With Romero, when you start talking about getting a ball up, and next thing you know, a fastball's hopping on you, it's tough to catch up to.
Had a look at Schreppel and Brunix in the Fullerton bullpen. Runner goes, strike 3 called, throw to third, and cut down by Suzuki.
Well, you called it. If you're going to run with 2 strikes, you got a danger of making that third out at third, and that's exactly what happened. He threw a laser to third.
The All-American catcher ends the inning on a strike him out, throw him out play. We will go to the 7th. Texas with a 4-3 lead over Cal State Fullerton. It's the teacher, Augie Garrido, against the pupil, George Horton, in the first of 3 for a national title from Omaha.
What am I? Am I a basketball player who's a psychology major? Or am I a psychology major who's a basketball player? You know, that's the thing about psychology. You tend to overanalyze everything.
There are over 360,000 NCAA student athletes, and just about all of us will be going pro in something other than sports.
How much are you paying for internet service? $21? $23? Aren't you being charged too much? We think so. With People PC Online, you get unlimited internet access for only $10.95 a month. Go to peoplepc.com now to try us free for 30 days and compare us with your current ISP. With People PC Online, you get internet service for less than half of what the big guys cost. And that's just the beginning. You also get more local access numbers than AOL, plus a smart dialer that automatically chooses the fastest, most reliable number. So you always get the best connection. All for just $10.95 a month. Try People PC Online free for 30 days and see for yourself. Go to peoplepc.com for a quick 3-minute download of our easy-to-use software. Or call 1-800-748-0571. People PC Online, a better way to internet.
It's best of 3.
Best of 3.
The way it should be for the championship. It's game 1. Game 1. Texas. Cal State Fullerton.
And surprisingly, errors have played a big part in this ball game for both Cal State Fullerton and Texas. That is a Very unusual situation. Both very slick fielding ball clubs, but 4 errors between them tonight have been heavy contributions to a 4-3 Texas lead. Hello in Del Rio. Let's go to Kyle Peterson. We got J. Brent Cox in there in relief. What's the approach of the Texas staff?
Well, for J. Brent Cox, I mean, it's similar to what you're going to see out of Houston Street. He's going to pound the strike zone early, a lot of first pitch fastballs, and then go to that slider. Interesting now, though, Fullerton at the beginning of the game, when Howell was in there, they weren't worried about getting beat by the fastball. Expect them to be a little bit more aggressive here on first pitch fastball because they don't want to get down to counts and see that J. Brent Cox slider.
And I think this is a critical inning for them in the 7th because they have the top of the order up. And you look at what Cox and Street have done. They may not get another crack at it with their best hitters.
They may not. And I like what Kyle was saying, the philosophy. Anytime you got a pitcher that's got one pitch that is overpowering, you want to take that away from him. You want to hit the others. In this case, it's a slider and jump on the fastball.
There is Street, the All-American closer. Would have had even better numbers this year, but he missed a lot of time with a groin injury, and a base hit for the leadoff man, Justin Turner.
And that is what you learn when you start seeing a slider, to take it the other way. This ball's going to break away from it. If your approach is to go the other direction, then you're going to be all right taking it that direction.
Now let's see what they want to do with Hardman, the second man in the order who has struggled out here. Hardman only has 2 hits in Omaha, and he is already squaring to bunt. Throw to first gets Turner back.
Hey, you may as well put the pressure on. Both clubs are throwing away these bunts.
That's right. And you've got the 3-4 hitters coming up.
Yeah, you definitely want to advance that runner if you can.
Marole is really creeping in at third. There's Suzuki and Piliteri, the 3-4 hitters, waiting for their chance.
They might take a shot and give him a chance to swing away. You've got the whole infield totally out of position.
Bunts it foul at the plate, 1-1.
You know, again, he's setting the angle and he's trying to get this set up so that you can bunt this ball to first base. Since you got the third baseman way in and everybody charging.
And you've got the first baseman Thigpen holding the runner until the pitch.
You want to bunt in this area because this guy's holding on the play. He's got to wait to see what happens, and that's what he's
foul again. So Hardman gets a couple cracks at a sacrifice and can't execute. And Harold is going to demo how you're supposed to lay down that bunt, or that bunt rather, and try to push it toward first base. Now Hardman in a 1-2 hole. Fastball line right back up the middle. Fails to sacrifice on consecutive pitches and then smokes one for a single.
Well, I guess when you're swinging the bat, you don't have to worry about bunting, Mike.
Exactly. There's Street. And now they're going to stall a little bit to see if they want to relieve J. Brent Cox. And Harold, I don't think we're going to worry about the bunting demo anymore.
No, no need to. We'll come back in another bunting situation and try to figure out what's going on.
Boy, and you know Hardman is the most relieved guy out there after he fails to sacrifice twice to get a base hit.
That's the best redemption you can have. Go ahead and get a base hit. I thought even with 2 strikes, they still might go ahead and try to let him try to bunt.
Now the conference on the mound with Suzuki coming up. 16 home runs, 86 RBIs. The most dangerous hitter by far for the Titans of Cal State Fullerton, even though he has struggled out here.
And they're back to the situation they were at early in the game with Suzuki coming to the plate. I don't believe he's going to be bunting this situation. You got to let him go ahead and swing away. And remember, the deeper you get in the game, your outs start to become a premium. We see Mr. Street.
Here comes the All-American with nobody out in the 7th, and this will be his game from here on out.
Yeah, he's not the typical closer that you see in the major league level. He will throw 3 innings to get a save, no problem. He's done this many a time in his career.
Jay Brent Cox will leave with runners at first and second, nobody out in the 7th. Fullerton rallying, down 1.
I felt very comfortable with Prudential for the insurance needs that I had. I was pleasantly surprised to find out that they also did financial planning. I'm a dentist. I'm also a family man. My Prudential financial planner listened to me, and they tailored this plan for me. Investments, insurance, college funds, retirement. This is my future in a nutshell.
To arrange for your personal financial plan, call your local Prudential office today.
Dad, you know how you want to be everywhere I am? Now you can be.
For a limited time, get Singular Family Talk for just $9.99 a line and get a cool phone to keep track of your kids.
I call it my "This is so much better" plan.
$9.99 a line. Another reason Singular fits you best.
You can kick off that summer project now and put off paying for it at the Home Depot. The one place with all the tools, supplies, and know-how for any project this summer. Now through July 5th, get no payments, no interest for 12 months on purchases of $2.99 or more store-wide with your Home Depot or Expo consumer credit card. Also right now, get free delivery on appliances. Make the most of your summer and your summer projects. You can, only at the Home Depot. You can do it, we can help.
Welcome back to Omaha, where we have a great game going on with Texas leading 1-0. Houston Street, highlighted on our plasma screen, comes into the ball game here in the 7th, trying to protect a 1-run lead and get another save. He has actually allowed a run here at the College World Series earlier in the week. 12 saves this year. He would have far more, except he missed a lot of time with a groin injury. 6 wins, 12 saves, only 34 hits in 54 innings, and he struck out 53 in 54. And the former baseball player and All-American quarterback in the wishbone, James Street, Houston's father, in the stands. To Kurt Suzuki, 0 for 3, only 2 hits in Omaha. Suzuki trying to sacrifice and pops it back foul. Well, now, is this a result of a guy who's not hitting the ball well?
I think the result is late in the game. You know, early in the game, they let him go ahead and swing the bat. Right now, you want to try to move those guys into scoring position. I'm a little surprised because he is a 3-hitter. He's swinging the bat okay.
Well, he's a .419 hitter on the season, and the guy who's carried you offensively,
yeah, so
but struggled here. Squares to bunt again. He fouls it off. Hardman did the same thing, trying to sacrifice the batter before him, and then rifled a single into center.
And a lot of times you take guys out of their game when they force them to do different things. But Suzuki's a guy who has bunted a lot in the past. And last year he was one of their leading sacrifice bunters. So he's a guy that they have confidence that he can bunt the ball.
Street would love a strikeout, but Suzuki is tough to fan. 24 strikeouts in over 300 plate appearances. Yes. Check to first, went around. George Horton, no beef on this one.
Oh, we'll look at this one again, too. He went.
Thought he went on that one.
Yeah, he went a long ways on this one.
I still don't think they did on the other one.
No, I didn't feel like they did either.
Big strikeout for Houston Street.
And there'll probably be questioned as to why you didn't let him swing the bat right there. I mean, even if he gets into a double play, you still got a chance to, you got a runner moved up into scoring position anyway. So, I don't know.
Pelletier, who's been on twice, hit by a pitch and walked. Fastball just missed inside. Pelletier hitting .355 for the year.
I still think this will be Street's biggest challenge to get through not only this inning, but he's got 2 more to go. And like you said, when he came in, this is his game.
Two 2-0 with Danny Dorn on deck. No action in either bullpen. Swing and a miss.
And Mike, it's interesting. They play the deepest outfield of any team. I mean, above their heads is in the seats. Ground ball, there's no way to throw anybody out at the plate. I mean, they charge the ball well, but I think a lot of it has to do with at home they play on an AstroTurf infield. Right. The ball get a little quicker to you.
Street spun towards second but didn't throw. He's fouled out of play. 2-2.
This guy is something. We could just leave a camera on him and be entertained the whole game.
Needs his own website. Likes to do everything in threes. I think he's got 3 bags of ice on the arm, 3 towels on his head. Struck him out. A very weak swing from Pelletier, and it's up to Danny Dorn with 2 out.
You know, when they were bunting to get to Pelletier, Dorn is the guy that really wanted to set up to get to. So we'll see. It'll be an interesting matchup.
That's J.P. Howell a few moments before the game getting a little nap. Going to be awake the rest of the night. Dorn, who singled his last time up, fouls this one back out of play. .57 driven in. Would love to get number 58 here to tie it in the 7th inning.
This is the biggest matchup of the game for Cal State Fullerton. The reason you had Suzuki bunting was to get to this guy swinging with runners in scoring position.
Because Street is just so wicked against right-handed batters. It's been a frustrating couple of innings for Fullerton. Bases loaded, nobody out last inning. They did not score. 2 runs on in this inning. They haven't been able to push anything to cross.
You know, so often when you're pitching around a batter, you think it's because there's an open base which is in front of him. Actually, third base is open. They have an open base to work with. And you see how careful they're pitching Dorn.
Well, look who's on deck. Garcia. He's 3 for 3. But he's a right-handed batter.
That's what they're looking at.
And Garcia has taken over Thigpen's role as the highest average hitter, or close to it, in the College World Series. 2-2 to Dorn.
It's obvious if Dorn is going to hit a ball, it's going to be a pitch he has to chase out of the zone. Houston Street is not going to give him anything, especially inside, to beat him with a long ball.
Hit to deep left, going back. Trainer can't get it. 2 runs will score. And the matchup you said was the biggest of the night works for Fullerton. And the Titans have regained the lead.
And it's that time of night, Mike, when the outfielders can't pick the ball up. It went away. You expected that, but the left fielder, he lost the ball, and then he ended up having to dive. When he started off going after this ball, he did not see it, and that's why it ends up being over his head. And then he had to dive, and great effort, but he didn't pick it up right away.
Kiner had it go off the heel of his glove. It's a 2-run double and a 5-4 Cal State Fullerton lead. Boy, George Horton, you're absolutely right. The reason he bunted Suzuki was to set him up for Dorn, and Dorn delivered anyway. And now for Garcia, who is 3 for 3. Hitting .358 on the year and .500 in Omaha. Street misses away again, 2-0. Andrews would be next if Garcia can keep it alive. Tremendous effort out there by Carson Kiner, the freshman All-American, just couldn't run it down. This one's chopped through into right field for a base hit. Russ will come up and make the throw to the cutoff man. It is 6-4 Fullerton. An RBI single for Garcia, who is 4 for 4. Boy, what a statement for Cal State Fullerton if they're able to hang on to this game and you come in and put it on Houston Street here in this ball game. And they face the best in the nation, the 1-2 guys, Jay Brent Cox and Houston Street, and they've hit them hard. Garcia is on fire. Everything he is hitting is a base hit. And remember, the outfielders are playing deep. You're not going to throw anybody out at the plate. It's just not going to happen. Felipe Garcia now 11 for 19 in Omaha. And this is Bobby Andrews. 3 runs in. We said the top of the order had to produce. It might be their last shot, and they have done it. Andrews to right, but coming on the right fielder Ryan Russ to make the catch on the line drive. Houston Street finally gets out of the inning, but a couple of big base hits by Danny Dorn with a double, Felipe Garcia with a run-scoring single, and they got to the best in the business. Relief pitcher Houston Street to take the lead.
The grilling man fears his ancient nemesis no more. I refer not to the double-cut pork chop, the nuance of burger rotation, but to the empty propane tank. Yes, the grilling man knows the ways of Blue Rhino. As he swaps for the perfect full Blue Rhino tank, there is no sad goodbye, for Drop, Swap, and Go is the brave new world, where the flame is always blue and the wieners never burn. Fear not, grilling man. Blue Rhino is at your command.
When I'm hired by somebody, they're going to get their money's worth plus. I haven't met anything I couldn't drive. I'm experienced with turret lifts, order pickers, sit-down forklifts, stand-up forklifts, and I know the end of a wrench, too. My name is Ed Casey, and thank you for considering me.
Monster. Today's the day.
Breakfast variety. Sonic's got it, others don't. Stop by Sonic this morning and start your day off with any of our delicious one-of-a-kind breakfast items. And make Sonic your morning drink stop, where you'll find thousands of drink flavor combinations. It's not just good, it's Sonic good.
The 260 horsepower supercharged Grand Prix Comp G. The new 275 horsepower GXP. And now, the 350 horsepower GTO. Pontiac, fuel for the soul.
The Titans of Cal State Fullerton have regained the lead over favored Texas 6-4 here in the 7th inning in Omaha. Let's go back to that big double by Dorn and take another look.
Well, one of the reasons the outfield was playing deep is they said no doubles. Now watch, I think he doesn't pick it up. Watch, this is full speed. He stops and he takes off again to go get the ball. and you're not going to see it in slow motion, but when it was full speed, you could clearly see. And Hal's always a cheerleader. That was a great effort, but he just lost the ball in the lights, and sometimes that happens. You know, they were playing no doubles, and that's what Augie's talking to him about right there. We don't want a ball over your head in that situation.
Yep, if you can't see it, you can't see it.
Exactly. That's what happens.
And now it's up to the Texas offense. They're down a pair against Ricky Romero, and there is still no one throwing in the Cal State Fullerton pen. Romero has already had one complete game in the College World Series, and he's working toward another one. He'll face number 8 Ryan Russ, who has walked and singled. Boy, some strange things in this game. Poor defense by both clubs. We would have never expected that. And then Fullerton reaches J. Brent Cox and Houston Street. We would have never expected that.
Yeah, we really look like some geniuses, didn't we? In the open? Hey, they play great defense. They're going to handle the ball.
That's why they call it baseball, I guess.
Absolutely.
Russ to be followed by Holloman, and then back to the top of the order for Drew Stubbs. Garcia hangs that one way outside 2-1.
I think they're working with borrowed time right now with Ricky Romero. He's tight roping like Houdini out there.
Well, they do not have the greatest faith in the bullpen. The bullpen has not recorded a victory since April 18th. Lined and caught at third by Prettyman. Holy cow. What a play. Wow. Now that's the kind of defense we expected out of both teams.
This ball is tattooed and just a tremendous effort. He's played a great third base.
He sure has.
Tremendous hands. He's got a real feel for the position.
Walton made a play like that to his left earlier in the game. They have been solid on the left side of the infield.
Borrowed time, Mike. I'm telling you, borrowed time.
Oh, that was hit like a bullet. Holloman, he singled his last time up. He's 1 for 2. Pops a fastball back, foul. And now action in the Fullerton bullpen. But you know they would prefer to see Romero get a couple of quick outs and get out of this. That's hit like a bullet, and Prettyman couldn't flag this one down into the corner. Dorn has a little trouble digging it out, and it's a stand-up double for Holloman. And Harold, I think you're right. When balls are hit that hard, it may be over.
Well, he's been tight roping for a while. If I'm on the field right now, I'm having a conversation at the mound to slow things down to give that bullpen a chance. Here's a breaking ball. He ends up hanging over the plate, and this ball is smoked down the line. And Prettyman bailed him out before, like you were saying. He couldn't bail him out on that one. That ball is scorched.
Neither Schreppel nor Pistano have had much time to get ready down in the bullpen, so Stubbs stands in against Romero, who has a 2-run lead here in the 7th. Stubbs has some power, 8 home runs this year, to go with all that speed and all that great athletic ability that Augie Garrido talked about. 3rd-round draft choice out of high school by the Astros. Told them he wanted to play in college for the Texas Longhorns. Nice breaking ball, 0-2. Kyle, what do you think of Romero right now?
I tell you what, guys, I thought he was losing his stuff. Then these last 2 pitches look pretty good. I mean, since those 3 runs in the 5th, it just looks like his stuff isn't as good as it was early. Texas gets 2 good swings on him. I know Fullerton doesn't want to go to that bullpen. Ricky Romero's giving him everything he's got right now. I'm just not sure how much longer he can stay on this tightrope he's on right now.
Right with you. He hopes he can. Gets that one down in the dirt. Another good block by Suzuki. It's about a dozen of those. So look at the bullpen. First 9 games in the NCAA tournament. 7 earned runs in 6 2/3. The last 2 They have actually redeemed themselves with 5 2/3 and have not been scored on. Will they be needed? 1 and 2 to Drew Stubbs. Strike call. Of course, keep in mind 3 of those innings came from the starter. Windsor, who came in relief.
Yeah, he came in. They brought him in when they needed to shut a game down. He did exactly that.
Pretty pitch there from Stubbs, gets the first out.
We will see Jason Windsor tomorrow's game.
He struck out 5 in his 3 innings of relief. But Romero's a bulldog. Beat Miami 6-3, went 9 innings and struck out 7. Now Seth Johnston, who had a bloop single to drive in a run his last time up.
Well, it'll be interesting to see how Houston Street rebounds. So he got hit pretty hard that last inning, and when you're looking down there and you bring him in a situation in the 7th inning, a lot of times you start thinking about the other 3 innings you have to go instead of that one you got to finish right then and there.
Romero has hit the 100 pitch mark. Great looking fastball there, and Johnston went fishing.
He's really reached back for a little something extra. Kyle was saying I think he hit it right on the head because he was done the pitches before, and it looks like he's found a little bit. This is all second effort adrenaline flowing right now.
Throw down to second base, and Holloman got back in time. Suzuki not afraid to throw it anywhere, anytime.
You know, I never liked a pickoff from the catcher with 2 outs, though, at the second base, because you got to be moving in the infield when you have a play on, and you're going to open up a hole.
1-1 to Seth Johnston with Big Pen on deck. 2 balls and a strike.
Caught a break there. Ball kicked right off the umpire's leg. He has such a great attitude. He has fun playing baseball.
Sure does.
Makes you enjoy it. See here, this ball gets by him, and it hits the umpire. That's why it wasn't scurrying back to the back wall.
That's the first time he has tried to make that type of play instead of using his technique to get down to block it, and it almost cost him. Ball 3.
Well, you can see Romero's fastball's moving all over the place now. And I think that's one of the reasons Suzuki didn't get down. He was set a target higher, and the ball's just moving. He's just tired, and that's what happens when you start getting tired. You start slinging the ball.
You can see these 2 teams again in Game 2 of this best 2 out of 3 championship series. 3 o'clock Eastern tomorrow afternoon, live from Omaha, Nebraska. And Dave Serrano, the pitching coach, coming out. He wants to talk to his starter, Ricky Romero.
A lot of times he'll come out and say, hey, this is the one guy you got left. Just give me all you got for this guy, and we'll make a change.
Glad you could join us at the College World Series. It's the bottom of the 7th, and Cal State Fullerton has come from behind to take the lead over the Texas Longhorns. 6-4. It's Game 1 of the best 2 out of 3 championship series here at the College World Series, and Ricky Romero is done. Vinny Pestano will come out of the bullpen. That much maligned Cal State Fullerton bullpen, which has done pretty well lately, and Romero victimized by some shoddy feeling early behind him, and he gets a standing ovation from the supporters, including mom and dad here from California.
The Tuesday night poker game is back, and this time it's for $5 million. The highest stakes, the world's best players, and the unrivaled coverage of ESPN. The 2004 World Series of Poker. All new episodes begin Tuesday, July 6th at 9.
America's favorite home gym is more affordable than ever. Now you can get the all-new Bowflex Extreme for just $19 a month. Call the number on your screen for a free DVD or video and check it out. Bowflex's power rod technology delivers results. Powerful arms, defined legs, a stronger chest, and a toned, sexy core. And owning a Bowflex home gym is so affordable. Great results are easy with a new Extreme. All it takes is one simple workout, 20 minutes a day, 3 times a week, to get in the best shape of your life. The Extreme is built so well that we back it with an unrivaled 7-year warranty. And so effective, it comes with Bowflex's 100% satisfaction guarantee. Through this special offer, you can own one with no money down and just $19 per month. You can't get this Bowflex deal anywhere else. Call us for a free DVD or video, or visit us online and find out how to get your Bowflex for just $19 a month today.
We've seen some great action here in Omaha tonight, and we've seen it all in high definition with Cal State Fullerton on top of Texas 6-4. And we'll have a lot of baseball tomorrow on ESPN HD. If you want a full schedule, just log on to ESPN.com. All you have to do is search HD, and all those games available to you will come up. Texas, Cal State, Fullerton, 3 Eastern, then the Mets and the Yankees, the Subway Series at 8 o'clock tomorrow night. Harold Reynolds, we have just seen something you don't see that often. 2 outs, a runner on, and a 3-1 count on the hitter when they go to the bullpen.
I guess they had enough. You don't see it very often.
And here's Vinny Pistano. Look at the earned run average, 4.86, 53 hits in 46 1/3 innings. This is not the Texas shut him down bullpen, although Fullerton reached them tonight, so maybe turnaround is full play for Pistano. Facing Seth Johnston and a 3-1 count, you have to come out of the bullpen throwing strikes, and he does.
And he went hacking at that first pitch. I'm surprised because he hadn't seen a pitch from him yet. Especially with the arm angle that he comes with. He drops down on you.
3-2. Foul back out of play. There's his mother, Ann Pistano, seeing her son get a chance to pitch again in the College World Series. That's a nasty hat.
You talk about, yeah, it is nasty. And unusual thoughts and nastiness. That is filthy hat.
3-2 to Johnston. Lost it. That walk officially charged to Romero as he left with a 3-1 count.
Now, Mike, it was interesting. Houston Street went down to throw in between innings. I don't know if he was loose when he got in the ball game.
We'll see how it's been a long inning with a pitching change. Maybe he felt he needed to warm up a little bit more.
See how he rebounds this time around.
Schreppel continues to warm in the Cal State Fullerton bullpen. He's been joined by Mike Martinez. And now Curtis Thigpen. And this is the best job anybody has done against him in 10 days in Omaha. He is 0 for 2 with a sacrifice fly. Coming into this game, he was hitting 9 for 12 here, batting .750.
So that's not good news for Fullerton. With those odds, he's going to hit something hard right here.
2 on, 2 out. Thigpen, the lead run. Digging in.
The reason you see so many guys step off in conversations at the mound when there's runners at second base is the college level, more than any other level, tips pitches to the hitter. Constant.
Went after a high fastball and didn't get it, 1-1.
Good looking fastball right here. You see that little rise. He comes down, he drops down. You can see the ball just upshoot on him. This is the guy you want to say, get the ball up. And then you get the ball that high, it's tough to catch up to.
Strike 2 called inside corner. Pretty pitch from Pistano.
Well, if he's able to develop a slider from down there, look out. That is filthy.
He'll be like Cox.
Yes.
First 3 games in the College World Series, Texas was just terrific. 375, not bad tonight, 2 for 6. This ball is crushed, but it's foul. Into the night is where that one went.
It's a matter of time until he hits something hard. He got a ball right there. A good friend, Gerald Traylor, who used to play at Cal State Fullerton, he told me every at-bat, the umpire gets a pitch, the hitter gets a pitch, and the pitcher gets a pitch. We saw the umpires on the first one, we saw his, and now we'll see the pitcher gets one.
Well, that one left a vapor trail. This one's popped up in the air. Piloteri makes the catch. So Vinny Pistano comes out of the bullpen and preserves the 6-4 lead for Ricky Romero. We have played 7 full. It's a 2-run game at the College World Series.
Fully independent rear suspension. 5.7-liter V8. 346 limited slip. For impressive balance, great agility, crisp handling. Rear-wheel drive is back. The 350 horsepower Pontiac GTO. Fuel for the soul.
My name is Kenny, and I want to work for a sports agent. I've always just been around athletes. Realized that if I was going to be happy in life, I was going to be working in sports. I'm looking to learn from another agent. You know, it can be a match made in heaven, and I think that it will be.
Monster, today's the day.
Become a member, Starwood Preferred Guest, at Weston.com.
There are 2 sides to me. The all-conference catcher side, that's my tough side. And the side of me studying for a career in marine mammal rescue, that's my soft side. I'm finding I really need both sides to be the whole person that I want to be.
There are over 360,000 NCAA student athletes, and just about all of us will be going pro in something other than sports.
Join us all summer long for ESPN 25. This week on The Headlines, we'll revisit stories from Lance's first victory to Dale's final lap. The Headlines right after Who's Number 1, Tuesday nights, 7 Eastern on ESPN.
The Detroit Pistons put on a powerful show and are once again...
America's favorite home gym is more affordable than ever. Now you can get the all-new Bowflex Extreme for just $19 a month. Call the number on your screen for a free DVD or video and check it out. Bowflex's Power Rod technology delivers results. Powerful arms, defined legs, a stronger chest, and a toned, sexy core. And owning a Bowflex home gym is so affordable. Great results are easy with a new Extreme. All it takes is one simple workout, 20 minutes a day, 3 times a week, to get in the best shape of your life. The Extreme is built so well that we back it with an unrivaled 7-year warranty. And so effective, it comes with Bowflex's 100% satisfaction guarantee. Through this special offer, you can own one with no money down and just $19 per month. You can't get this Bowflex deal anywhere else. Call us for a free DVD or video, or visit us online and find out how to get your Bowflex for just $19 a month today.
Back at the College World Series as we go to the 8th inning, Cal State Fullerton with a 2-run lead over Texas. And the Titans will bat here in the 8th. Neil Walton to lead it off against Houston Street, the 3rd Texas pitcher. Well, we have seen the Texas bullpen, which has been showered with glory this year, and rightfully so, come in and give up the lead runs. And we have seen the Fullerton bullpen, which has just been pummeled for its ineffectiveness, come in and get out of a jam and preserve the lead.
That's why you play the games. You never know what's going to happen. It's amazing.
Swing and a miss, 1 and 2 for Walton, who has struck out twice and grounded to short. Then it will be Prettyman, who made the tremendous defensive play. And then Turner, that's Nick Peoples, who has gone into left field to play for Carson Kiner, called strike 3. Oh, they said he went around, so it's a swinging strike, 1 out.
And there's a slider that we didn't see last inning from Houston Street. I don't know what he was working on in the bullpen, but it looks like he's got that down now. I think they're going to take him out of the ball game. I don't think he's healthy. Threw a fastball about 88 miles an hour. He's usually a lot higher in velocity, and then he finally got that slider where he wanted it. I don't think they want to burn him up in this type of a game. And you know, you save him when you need a close situation. If you're back in the ball game tomorrow, you take him down. You're down 2, take him out.
And we will have a pitching change as Buck Cody will come on to pitch for the Longhorns. And you know, I think this is a pretty good move by Augie Garrido. I think you made the perfect point. He is your closer. You're down by 2. Why use him now?
Absolutely. I mean, you brought him in the 7th inning to try to stop the bleeding at the time. It didn't happen. You don't burn him right now. This is a 3-game series, not a 1-and-all.
It's a great point.
And plus, you let him leave with some confidence. He threw a good fastball, ended up with a good slider. He goes home feeling like, okay, I got my stuff back together.
And Buck Cody will come on for Street. So 3 of the Longhorns' best. J.P. Howell, the starter, J. Brent Cox, the long reliever, and Houston Street have pitched and left the ball game. And it's up to Cody to hold them close. Well, it was a pleasure visiting with him on the air the other day. Such a bright, engaging young man who has had such a brilliant career and will have one in the major leagues. And you shocked me the other day when you said you think he has a chance to go straight to the show.
Well, he really does. I mean, a lot of people have been talking about that. I know Peter Gammons, who's wired into everything. He seems to believe that. But the Oakland A's are drafting college players. They picked him early. They've had a lot of problems in that bullpen. They made a big trade to get Dotel. That's going to make a big difference, but they still need somebody to get them there. As you look at some of the accomplishments of guys that have been able to move on.
And it was Dave Winfield in '73, Big Bob Horner, and John Olerud that did not play minor league baseball. They went directly to the major leagues. Worked out all right for them, didn't it?
Sure did.
These great shots from Monster.com Cam, which is across the street on the Henry Dorley Zoo from Rosenblatt Stadium, and we thank them for being here all week. A lot of people from California, a lot of people from Texas, and many of them just arriving this weekend for this best of 3. And here's Buck Cody. More gaudy numbers from that deep Texas pitching staff. An ERA of 1.67. He has a pair of saves. Got a little extra work when Houston Street was on the DL earlier this year, and it's really paid off for him. And he'll face Ronnie Prettyman, the left-hander.
I think what's unusual about this Cal State Fullerton lineup versus any other lineups they've probably seen is Buck Cody's going to see left-handers who've seen him, who see a lot of left-handers are able to make adjustments because Horton lets them face the left-handers.
They may move guys up and down in the order if it's a left-hander, but it's still the same guys.
Absolutely, and a lot of other programs, I bet Buck Cody hasn't faced that many left-handers. He comes in, hey, they're switching them around, bring a right-hander in right now.
High fastball, 2-1. Let's see if we can find out what's going on with Street from Kyle Peterson. Kyle?
I think guys just talking to pitcher coach Tom Holliday. They just want to make sure everybody's fresh tomorrow. You see Buck Cody in there right now. The freshman Kyle McCullough going to go down and warm up. They would like these guys just to go 15, 20 pitches tonight. Make sure they can bring them back tomorrow if they need to. If they lose tonight, they still win 2 more and they win this thing. And they are very, very mindful of that right now in the Texas dugout.
You like that strategy? We did.
Yeah, no, I think you have to. I mean, you know, if you throw your close at 3 innings tonight and you still get beat, what good does it do? You got to make sure he's able to go tonight. Make sure this left-hander's able to go tomorrow too if you need him, because these are the guys that have got them through this season.
And these are the guys that are going to have to do it if they do win the College World Series. Prettyman draws a walk against the left-hander. We'll go back to the top of the order to Turner, who had a big base hit to start the 7th. And that 3-run rally. Baseball tonight will follow our game in case you're waiting for that. You're not on tonight, are you?
No, I'm not on tonight. I'm trying to think of who's there. I'm sure Tim Kirchin's there on a Saturday, and Jeff Brantley might be back in the building since he left us here. I know Jeff's watching this game.
Jeff? Jeff should have a couple of days off to go hunt.
He should, man. He's working hard. Rob Dibble, it'll be a combination of somebody there.
Throw over, they've got it picked off, and they can't make the play.
It was a bad throw from the pitcher, and that's why he was able to do that. You'll see here, Prettyman's going on first movement. That's all it is. He's going to go first movement, and what I mean by that is the first thing he moves, you're taking off, but the throw is down low. And once Thigpen gets it there, there's no shot.
Boy, they had him dead to rights.
But watch what Prettyman does. He's going to cut into the grass area, take away the lane to throw, and there's nowhere to put that ball. Good fundamental baseball by Cal State.
And Texas has not executed well tonight, which is a big surprise to Longhorn fans who have seen them play brilliant defense all year long. Same for Cal State Fullerton. Now a runner at second with one out for Turner, who fists one back out of play.
Well, it's amazing. The problem they've had is playing catch. They've caught the ball. They just haven't been able to play catch. They throw at third base, the two throws to first base. Those are simply just playing catch is all it is.
And these two coaches are so good at fundamentals that it's really shocking. Of course, you have to consider the nerves, too. Game one of the best-of-3 championship series.
And these guys get so hyped up. Not necessarily the coaches, but the kids, the players. They're just jacked.
1-2 to Justin Turner. We're in the 8th. Cal State Fullerton trying to build on a 6-4 lead. Fastball right in there for a called strike 3. First strikeout for Buck Cody.
You saw how comfortable he was facing a right-hander. He walked the lefty out to shoot. Very comfortable facing a right-hander. I'm sure that he's seen a lot more right-handed batters than he has left-hand batters.
Here's another left-hander, Hardman, who singled his last time up to keep that rally going in the 7th. After failing to sacrifice on 2 pitches, hit a rocket right back up the middle.
Well, he's free and easy, though, isn't he? He's got nice, just whoo, lets it fly.
Got some arms on that staff for sure. And that's what people said coming in. Texas does not have a hole. They can hit, they can run, they can play defense, and they have great pitching. Big swing, didn't get it, 0-2. Maybe a rally monkey or just a monkey. I'm not sure. Missed for the high fastball, 1-2. Runner at second, 2 out for Hardman. Cal State Fullerton clinging to a 2-run lead, 6-4. 2-2.
Even Mom's got the 2-2 pitch.
Foul off the mask of Teagarden. A lot of teams really get into it on the 2-2. Full count with Suzuki on deck. This may be the first time all year that somebody could say Cox, Street, and Cody have come in and not been just overpoweringly effective. This one's looped down to third baseline and caught in foul territory by Merrill.
As we head to the bottom of the 8th, this has been a game of emotion. As you see, Thigpen just missed homer. Look at J.P. Howell, and oh my goodness, the jubilation on the Cal State Fullerton side. Ricky Romero, the starter, looks to be the winner.
We have X-ray vision. We can see the little boy inside the man, the surfer inside the school teacher. And we've used this gift to build a special machine. An all-wheel drive vehicle that blends agility with ability, muscle with grace. The completely redesigned Subaru Outback. The one vehicle for the both of you.
Works for us.
Right now, lease the all-new Subaru Outback for just $289 a month. See your Subaru dealer for details.
We're in Kansas for the Great Lenexa Barbecue Battle, and I don't see any gas grills.
No gas.
Why not?
You don't get the flavor with gas.
Charcoal's the way to go.
Charcoal's the way.
What kind of charcoal do you guys use?
Kingsford. Top of the line, in my opinion.
It's the only one to use. So it's true that Kingsford charcoal gives you a better flavor than gas.
Absolutely. You don't think twice about it.
Hey, are those charcoal flames or gas grill flames?
Charcoal.
They have to be charcoal.
Kingsford, because taste is everything. And for even more taste, Kingsford recommends new KC Masterpiece Barbecue Seasoning.
Don't miss your chance at a free ride. ESPN and Dodge present Free Ride to the Great Outdoors. Log on to ESPN.com/contest for your game piece, then watch the Great Outdoor Games to see if you've won an all-new 2004 Dodge Durango, a trip to the Great Outdoor Games, or cool outdoor gear.
You know, I don't remember seeing you in the games before. Games? What games?
What games?
Monster.com presents Where Are They Now? In 1990, Mike Reben was the key to Georgia's only College World Series championship. He beat Stanford twice en route to being named the most outstanding player in the College World Series. He even won a duel against Mike Mussina. Reben is now a senior software engineer in Veritas Software's Data Protection Department in Orlando, Florida. Even the ones that don't go on to be successful in baseball seem to find very successful and diverse careers out of college.
Well, I think you made a great point in the open that this is the single most important sporting event in most of these guys' lives.
Absolutely.
From this point on, not everybody's going to go play pro baseball.
Well, let's get serious. There are going to be some guys out there in softball uniforms next year, you know, playing for their local employer.
Absolutely. There will be.
Taylor Teagarden, the cleanup man, a 1-for-3 night, stands in against Vinny Pistano, who came out of the bullpen to shut down a rally in the last inning. And Dooley Prince, one of the hottest hitters at the College World Series, is on deck, hit right off the fist, foul.
You know, he swings at that ball because the first pitch was called a strike inside. So now all of a sudden, you start thinking that ball's going to be a strike. I got to go ahead and attack it.
There's Prince, the left-hander, waiting for his chance against Pistano. Bottom of the 8th. Fullerton leading Texas 6-4. Ball and 2 strikes to Taylor Teagarden. And the Longhorns, if nothing else, need base runners here, trying to turn over the lineup and get back to the top of the order. Although certainly they have some power at the bottom of this lineup. This one's chopped toward the second baseman. Turner, nice play, and got it. Checking with Dave Ryan. Dave?
Well, Mike, we've spoken a lot about Cal State Fullerton using sports psychology to their advantage. Before the game, Fullerton professor Ken Ravizza wrote some motivational phrases for the Titan players, hitters, fielders, pitchers, trying to keep them in the right frame of mind for tonight's championship series opener. Ravizza wrote the book Heads Up Baseball on sports psychology in the sport. He's also worked 6 different Olympic games and with the LA Dodgers and Anaheim Angels of Major League Baseball. A lot of experience, and the players embrace that, use it quite a bit in every at-bat, every single defensive play. They're always thinking along those lines.
You know, whatever works, Dave. They always talk, psychologists do, about visualization. Very effective if you can do it. And this is Dooley Prince, who comes on as a pinch hitter for J.D. Reininger, the junior from Sulphur, Louisiana, who has had a big College World Series. Pestano's looked good, hasn't he?
Oh, man, I was going to say the same thing. He has been lights out. It's amazing how all of a sudden one thing makes it happen for you. It just clicks in, and whatever he's doing right now, breathing, thinking, writing, he better keep doing it.
Guys in the bullpen need a better press agent.
I'm telling you. Oh, you're not kidding. They have been great, and their press was terrible coming into the College World Series.
The numbers leaped off the page what they had been unable to do.
When you
but they have done it here.
Oh man, but when you start the season 15 and 16, that's where the numbers are going to hurt.
Somebody's getting racked up, and if you're a relief pitcher, it doesn't take more than a couple of bad outings to ruin your numbers all year.
You're right.
I mean, if you're a closer and come in and have 2 bad outings, give up 3 runs in the third of an inning, you can forget your earned run average for the entire season. It's never going to be back where you want it to be.
No doubt about it. And a lot of these kids are in that situation. They'll get 1 or 2 chances early in the year. You get bombed, you're working the rest of the year trying to get it down.
Houston Street, who you saw a moment ago, is unusually giving up a couple of runs here at the College World Series. He is used to absolute perfection. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Dooley Prince. Trying to get something started here in the Texas 8th. Straightaway center field, shallow. And coming on to make the catch is Hardman.
The key has been he's throwing strikes, he's making them swing the bat. That's what you want out of the bullpen.
Baseball tonight will follow our broadcast. And I'll catch you up to date on all the major league action. As always, a lot of it. I'm going to tune in and see how my Cardinals are doing tonight. We may never lose again.
Never, may not. They're swinging the bats.
Merrill. Crossfire is low.
You get to see all the great defensive plays in Webb, Jim. See who hit the home runs, touch them all. Featured staples of the show. Trey Wingo hosting tonight. That might hurt us.
Oh, Trey, you got to defend yourself, pal. Harold's after you. You got to do something when you come on the air. Go get my partner. Listen, anchors and play-by-play guys have to stick together.
I couldn't resist. I had to get him.
2-0 to Merrill. Grounded towards short. Walton got it. Walton has been letter perfect at shortstop. A 1-2-3 inning in the 8th. We'll go to the 9th. Cal State Fullerton 6, Texas 4.
You can make your cuts with laser precision. You can have the right tool for about 1,000 jobs. Because the Home Depot has more new and innovative products than you'll find anywhere else. Like Veranda, a revolutionary composite material for decks and fences that looks and feels like wood. But Veranda will never warp, twist, rot, or splinter the way wood can. It's beautiful, versatile, and you'll find it only at the Home Depot. You can do it. We can help.
Thomas Schmidt. It's tough being the first one of my college friends to get a job. We like to talk a lot.
Guess how many cookies I have in my mouth?
6. That's why we all joined in.
Join in and make free calls to any Verizon Wireless customer anytime without using any plan minutes from our national in coverage area.
Bring home toilet paper.
Is your group in? Verizon Wireless. We never stop working for you.
You've reached Jack Conrad. I'm out of town. If you need to reach me this weekend, I'll be genetically engineering wolf dogs and maybe some labradoodles. So leave a message and...
Explore the world of designer dogs. Stronger, faster, wilder. Meet the future of man's best friend. Designer Dogs. Sunday at 8 on the National Geographic Channel. On DirecTV Channel 276.
With NFL Sunday Ticket from DirecTV, you can go everywhere the action is.
Sambo! Love your work. Get there, yes! I'm freezing. Going to Miami.
NFL Sunday Ticket is the closest you can get to being at every game.
Only 40 million people watching. No pressure. Oh, hey, we're on the Tron.
Check out the most games every Sunday with NFL Sunday Ticket. Order now and save $20 only from DirecTV.
Ninth inning in Omaha, 6-4. Cal State Fullerton over Texas. Now let's take a look at our Pontiac high-performance moment. Hit to deep left, going back. Trainer can't get it. 2 runs will score. And the matchup you said was the biggest of the night works for Fullerton. And the Titans have regained the lead. Tremendous camera work as always. If you joined us late, here's the game summary. 6-10-1 for the Titans, 4-8-3 for the Longhorns. The Titans have come through in the clutch. 5 of the 6 runs scored with 2 outs. Garcia just can't get him out. And it's not a good feeling if you're a Longhorn right now.
The bats are putting them to sleep. Have to wake them up in the night.
Suzuki. An incredibly high, long fly ball that dies on the warning track. Nick Peoples. That was a major league fly ball.
Wow. You're not kidding. He crushed that. Just missed it. He thought he might have had enough of it.
Well, he hit it 440 feet, but most of it was up.
Yeah. No wind either. No wind to help him out on that.
Suzuki got a good pitch to swing at and just missed it. Piloteri grounded to second. Seth Johnston quickly 2 out. Great shots of a packed Rosenblatt from our Monster.com cam. 2 pitches, 2 outs here for Buck Cody in the 9th.
We've been setting attendance records all week long.
Absolutely.
Packing it in.
And we saw in the 3rd inning, looked like about 3,000 people were still lined up trying to get in here after this game had already started.
Well, Danny Dorn trying to delay the game a little bit and give the bullpen a chance. That's what he's doing. He's walking around. He went back to the bat rack to get another bat, but it's an aluminum bat. Your bat isn't cracked. I'm sorry. That doesn't work. You're delaying the game. Get back up there.
Tonight's attendance, 26,604. The 2nd largest crowd ever. Earlier in the week, we had the record, 28,216. And look at the others, over 26,000. Those are the 4 largest crowds ever. They have all come this week.
Amazing. Popularity just is incredible. It continues to grow every season. The coverage becomes, we've expanded to super regionals now. It's great.
Danny Dorn is one of the batting heroes for Cal State Fullerton up tonight. He has a couple of hits, drove in 2 with a double his last time up. That was the shot to the wall.
See, here's where the other 2 batters hurt Danny Dorn, because they swung at the first 2 pitches. One, he gets called back to the dugout, change your hat, change your bat, whatever. Then he has to take a 2-0 pitch right down the middle.
3-2. Well, Pistano had just gotten a seat in the dugout, and there's 2 guys out in a heartbeat. This one's fouled back. We apologize for the technical problem we're going through right here. Our guys are all over it. We'll get it fixed as soon as possible.
We'll let Mike turn into his radio play-by-play. Go ahead.
They have to change the voice. 3-2 pitch. Hammered down the left field line. Peoples toward the line in the corner. It's into the stands.
That was close. The ball's drifting towards the left field corner, and the wind started to kick up just a little bit now. Obviously, earlier in the inning, we saw the at-bat from Suzuki. There was no wind, and now Doran driving another ball deep to left field corner.
There are the flags in center field. Not much of a factor.
Doran has really got that left field stroke down to hit a ball
Yes,
to the
he
wall
does.
earlier in this series.
Here's the 3-2, and he lost it.
All three of the lefties he's faced have given him trouble.
You were right. He's not used to pitching against that many. And this is all Felipe Garcia wanted, was another chance to hit. All he is 4 for 4 tonight and 11 for 19 in Omaha. He's driven in 5, make it 7, as he has 3 tonight.
Quite a series. Wow. And like getting hot at the right time.
4 straight singles.
If I'm Danny Doran, I got to sit over there on first base, not get picked off or anything. Let this guy hit.
Big swing that time. Garcia with 6 home runs this year. Looked like he was trying for 7. Had enough of the singles. Let's go for something big.
Hey, got 4 hits. May as well let it go.
Little check throw over, and Dorn is back. If they want to run him, he has only stolen 8 bases in 15 attempts this year. Another big hack by Garcia. See if he goes back to a single stroke.
Garcia's saying, hey, I'm okay, I'm under control.
Just wanted to have a couple of hacks. Oh, 2 is high and tight.
I think if Doran's going to run, he'll run right here at first movement. I still think you let this young man have an opportunity to hit.
Strike 3 called for the first time tonight. They get Garcia. He's 4 for 5. We'll go to the bottom of the 9th. Texas 8-0 in the NCAAs. They need 2 to tie and 3 to win in the 9th.
Introducing TGI Fridays Fresh Summer Salads. New Atkins-approved grilled buffalo chicken salad. New Mediterranean shrimp salad. And pecan-crusted chicken salad. Summer just got even better. Hurry in for fresh summer salads now at TGI Fridays.
We have X-ray vision. We can see the little boy inside the man, the surfer inside the school teacher. And we've used this gift to build a special machine. An all-wheel drive vehicle that blends agility with ability, muscle with grace. The completely redesigned Subaru Outback. The one vehicle for the both of you.
Works for us.
Right now, lease the all-new Subaru Outback for just $289 a month. See your Subaru dealer for details.
You can kick off that summer project now and put off paying for it at the Home Depot. The one place with all the tools, supplies, and know-how for any project this summer. Now through July 5th, get no payments, no interest for 12 months on purchases of $299 or more store-wide with your Home Depot or Expo consumer credit card. Also right now, get free delivery on appliances. Make the most of your summer and your summer projects. You can. Only at the Home Depot. You can do it, we can help.
Introducing TGI Fridays Fresh Summer Salads. New Atkins-approved grilled buffalo chicken salad. New Mediterranean shrimp salad. And pecan-crusted chicken salad. Summer just got even better. Hurry in for fresh summer salads now at TGI Fridays.
NCAA championships on ESPN. The College World Series is brought to you by Westin Hotels and Resorts. Welcome to the age of modern luxury.
Back at the College World Series in Omaha, Nebraska. And there are people in California who still believe that Cal State Fullerton is a team of destiny after starting 15-16. They are now 45-22, 3 outs away from taking Game 1 from Texas in the best of 3 CWS Championship Series. And this will be Hunter Harris, the pinch hitter for Carson Kiner, leading off the bottom of the 9th, down by 2 against Vinny Pistano. The rally caps are out for Houston Street and Company. This is the bottom 3 in the order, and he hit it.
It looked like if anybody got hit, it was Suzuki.
Sure does.
Weird play. Must have ricocheted off the elbow and bounced down and hit him. Look at it. Yeah, caught him right off the kneecap of the shin guard.
Oh, I don't think so.
You look at me like,
no, I don't think Hallmark has a card for that one.
He's taken a few blows this
yes,
College
he
World
is.
Series. I'm thinking of
It's the first batter Cal State Fullerton staff has hit in the College World Series. And now the tying run comes to the plate. Ryan Russ has a single, 1 for 2 tonight. Holloman, the shortstop and the number 9 hitter, is on deck. Then it would be back to the top of the order. One on, nobody out in the Texas 9th. Fastball misses outside.
This could get real interesting, Mike. Very interesting.
It's already interesting. Butterflies flying in formation for both clubs right now. That's a called strike. 1-1. And if Pistano is going to get that call, he'll probably go right back there.
I would. Got to live right out there. If he does bunt, it's going to be for a base hit. He won't be thinking about moving the runner up.
Absolutely. Big swing, didn't get it. 1-2.
And he went right back out there. It looked like Russ was trying to yank one out over that right field wall. So not bad. I remember Billy Connors, pitching coach I had in Seattle. He's with the Cubs a lot. He's with the Yankees now. Would always say, make them beat you the other way late in the game.
Fastball fisted back out of play. Count rides at 1-2. Hope you'll be with us tomorrow. Cal State Fullerton in Texas. It's game 2 of the best of 3 series right here on ESPN at 3 Eastern. The Longhorns swept through the regionals, the super regionals in their bracket here in Omaha, looking for their second NCAA title in 3 years. Game 2 of the CWS Championship Series available in high definition. That will twist out of play down the left field line. Count holds at 1-2 to Ryan Russ. Only 3 hits here in Omaha, but one of them came tonight. Single, a walk, and a line out to third. He was robbed by Prettyman. Struck him out. A high fastball out of the strike zone, and Russ chased it for the first out of the inning.
This guy's got great stuff, man. We've seen it all night. That fastball that just rides away from the lefty, busts in on the righties. Pitches that one lane and gets that fastball working. Talk about their bullpen so much, Mike. Look at what they've done.
tonight 1 2/3. That's all Pestano. The last 2 games 5 2/3. They have really stepped up when it counted, and now they want to come out and talk to Pestano, who is trying to save it for Romero. Cal State Fullerton's bullpen, 5 saves all season out of the bullpen. 5. And they have 1 in the College World Series. I mean, Houston Street's probably gotten 5 in a week during his career, and they have 5 this year. And let's see if they're going to stay with Vinny Pestano as they look down toward the bullpen. And I think Pestano is out, and Ryan Schreppel is coming in out of the bullpen. What do you think of this move?
Well, it matches up pretty good. I thought Pestano had great stuff. He must be out of gas because you don't want to take him out as hot as he's been right now.
And they have gone to the bullpen as few times as they possibly could, certainly in postseason. We'll check out the new pitcher when we come back.
So here's the one you saw on Cars.com. It's silver with alloy wheels and a bed liner.
Give me 5, man. Up high. Can you do crosstown? I'm sorry? Crosstown it.
What's that?
Crosstown it. That's what I'm talking about.
Crosstown.
Can you wiggle it?
Wiggle what?
Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. That's all right, we'll work on it.
Finding the car you want feels pretty good. Cars.com can help. Research, locate, even contact the dealer.
Can you bird it? Can you do the bird? Can you do the bird?
Find the right car for you. Cars.com.
Have a good summer. See you next season. I'm gonna miss you guys.
Stay close when you and your friends join in and make free calls to any Verizon Wireless customer anytime without using any planned minutes from our national in-coverage area. Plus, buy any LG phone and get a VX3200 free. Hurry, offer ends June 30th.
I miss you guys. Yeah, me too.
Is your group in? Verizon Wireless. We never stop working for...
America's favorite home gym is more affordable than ever. Now you can get the all-new Bowflex Extreme for just $19 a month. Call the number on your screen for a free DVD or video and check it out. Bowflex's Power Rod technology delivers results. Powerful arms, defined legs, a stronger chest, and a toned, sexy core. And owning a Bowflex home gym is so affordable. Great results are easy with a new Extreme. All it takes is one simple workout, 20 minutes a day, 3 times a week, to get in the best shape of your life. The Extreme is built so well that we back it with an unrivaled 7-year warranty. And so effective, it comes with Bowflex's 100% satisfaction guarantee. Through this special offer, you can own one with no money down and just $19 per month. You can't get this Bowflex deal anywhere else. Call us for a free DVD or video, or visit us online and find out how to get your Bowflex for just $19 a month today.
1 out in the 9th. Cal State Fullerton hanging on to a 2-0 lead. Ricky Romero would be the winner if the bullpen can hold it. Vinny Pestano did a tremendous job. Now he's relieved by Ryan Schreppel, who has 2 saves this year, but a ballooned earned run average of 6.03. This will be his 24th appearance. More hits than innings, and not a very good strikeout to walk ratio. But Schreppel is the choice, as he will come on to face the switch hitting Holloman and turn him around to the right side, which would give them a better shot at a double play.
Yep.
2 for 3 tonight is Holloman. And Schreppel with a throw to first made it close.
He's got a great move, and that's about as close to a balk as you can possibly get right there. You don't want to balk in this situation. That's a pretty good move.
And Hunter Harris just got back under the tag. Fastball misses. You see the motion from Suzuki. He doesn't want that ball up in the zone. He wants it down.
Talking with Michael Holloman before the game about switch hitting, and asked him which side he felt most comfortable. He said, well, probably left, because I've seen more right-handers, but he's a natural right-handed hitter, as are most switch hitters.
On the corner, called strike 1-1. Holloman has some power. 5 home runs this year.
Well, look at Suzuki go out and reach this ball and bring it back. But they've been given that pitch all night. And, you know, if you're going to frustrate an umpire, that's it, when you go pull one back on him and snatch it.
The outside corner has been generous, but it's been consistent. Fastball right down the middle, hammered outside a third foul.
And that's exactly what you want as you look at Schreppler's parents. But you want an umpire to be consistent, and that's all you ask. And our staff, and the umpires have been very consistent throughout the whole World Series since we've been here.
And it only takes 3 or 4 pitches to find out that that pitch is going to be called a strike in the first inning.
And if you stay there, nobody can argue. But the problem you have is when you change. And our tonight has been very consistent. They all have been pretty consistent.
1 and 2 to Holloman. Runner at first, 1 out. Grounded toward the hole at short. Walton did not get the force at second. They said the throw pulled Turner off the bag.
I was just going to say before this inning started, you play for 1 out before you think about 2. And this is not a double play ball. This is one you get a force on. Now, normally this would not be called if Turner continued to relay it on. You get the cheat, but we'll see how long he stayed or how much this pulled him off. You just don't want to be a bang-bang play at second when you got a force out. And it looks like he pulled him off. Here's what the umpire sees out of the hat cam.
I think it's a good call.
It's a good call.
Good job, Fred.
The throw was wide. Turner did everything he could to stay on the bag. That was the view from hat cam. The exact view that the umpire would get on that play.
It was very similar to the play we saw at third base with Texas.
Yes, it was.
You know, again, Turner has got to wait and react when you see the throw, not expect a perfect throw. Here's a look at it from the shortstop. He throws the ball. And let's see if Justin got himself in a position to go ahead and gets pulled off. It's hard to tell with that angle, but the key to that is you try to wait and see what happens. You see Schreppler leave the game, and they've gone to the pin, Mike.
Mike Martinez will come in the ball game. It's a fielder's choice and an error on the throw. So the tying runs are aboard. The winning run will come to the plate, back to the top of the order, Drew Stubbs. And here are the numbers on Martinez. 1 save this year, 115 hits in 90 2/3. He does have an outstanding 8-3 record. And we saw Martinez pitch very effectively the other night, but make the big error himself in a ball game on a fielding play.
Yeah, and it was a nice play to get off the mound. He's a converted shortstop and has become a pitcher. He's obviously the third starter. In this situation, you're going with your best arm that's available to close this game out. Now, you might be thinking about Windsor in this situation. He's not coming in.
No, Windsor's got to pitch for them tomorrow, doesn't he?
Absolutely. And I was thinking if Cal State Fullerton were to win this game tonight, you could even save him, but that wasn't their philosophy. They're thinking he'll be out there tomorrow. They made that decision before the game.
And you would have Sarver, the young man who pitched so well in his College World Series start, available to pitch Monday if you needed him. Windsor has been superb as a starter and as a reliever.
Jason Windsor, right-handed pitcher.
This is against South Carolina. That was that complete game victory. Then he, after a short nap in the bullpen, had a chance to come in and eliminate South Carolina. 12 innings, 6 hits, 19 strikeouts for Jason Windsor.
He's a big kid, and you talk about durability, and you have to look at the size of an individual and what they can actually handle for their body. And he is a big, tough kid. And there's Sarver. Good look at him. He came up with a gem of an outing the other day for Cal State Fullerton.
And he has been huge in the playoffs. He pitched 2 elimination games for them. 1 here and won them both. Now Drew Stubbs, who has fanned 4 times tonight.
It'll be an interesting at bat because Martinez is primarily a fastball pitcher. He's going to come after with a fastball almost every pitch.
Missed there, 1-0. Seth Johnston would be next. Texas needs 2 to stay alive, 3 to win it in the bottom of the 9th.
I thought that was an interesting pitch choice. He threw a slider first pitch, put himself in the hole.
There's the fastball at the knees for a called strike. Sports Center will follow our broadcast. Get the highlights of everything going on, including Major League Baseball, Wimbledon. 1-1 to Stubbs. Missed with a breaking ball. 2-1.
Well, Martinez doesn't look like he has that nice fluid motion in the fastball he had the other night. The ball was just exploding out of his hands.
Huge situation here for Martinez and Stubbs as both teams battle for this opening win in the best of 3. Fastball 2-2. He's been very wide with 2 sliders and gotten 2 good fastballs over. Now what do you throw on 2-2?
Well, 2-2 is the accent pitch in my mind. You got to come back and throw a strike. Whatever you can throw a strike with and has confidence to do it, that's what you throw. I think it's got to be a fastball myself.
Struck out for the 5th time in this ballgame. What a tough night for Drew Stubbs, and what a huge strikeout for Mike Martinez.
Well, I guarantee you, he has never had a night like this. This looks like a little bit of a changeup. Just an excellent pitch on 2-2 to put him away. They've thrown everything at that young man tonight. He's had tough fastballs, breaking pitches, and right there you get a 2-2 changeup from a guy who throws all fastballs. Just not fair sometimes.
Well, what a great career he has in front of him. Already the freshman of the year. Now it's all up to Seth Johnston with 2 on and 2 out. Texas down by a pair, bottom of the 9th. Johnston has singled, walked, and flown to right twice. Strike call.
There's that good fastball right there. He didn't throw that same pitch to Drew Stubbs.
You know, I don't know what the Fullerton bullpen did early in the year, but they have been tough here in Omaha. Just high, 1-1. Cal State Fullerton had the great Chad Cordero for 3 seasons. He had 34 saves. When he left, so did the saves. 5 out of the bullpen this year. They haven't had a win since April, but they have a chance to shut it down here. On the ground, the shortstop knocks it down, picks it up, got the force at second base. Walton hung with it and made the play, and Cal State Fullerton has beaten Texas 6-4.
Well, that was a tough hop, too. He stayed with that ball nice. And the confidence, catches the ball and flips it underhand after threw the ball away early in the inning to extend this inning. It's a big emotional win, Mike.
Undoubtedly, and tremendous emotion for George Horton and his former mentor, Augie Garrido. And Cal State Fullerton takes the advantage.